live on one place at a time. So someone else has to go live on Highfly.
Some can do. I'm going to make the broadcast public so anyone can sort of stream. All right, I believe we are live now. Yes, I see. I'm just going to tag people, Flo. So if you can start off with your introduction, let me share my screen while I do that.
Awesome. Well, so thank you everyone for joining us today. This is a fantastic day to host very important people here. And I have the pleasure to introduce to you guys a very fantastic guy. I mean, when you read about him and hear about him, you would be convinced as I am too. It's our very first series. And so we're going to go ahead and kick this off right now. But first, let me do my introduction. So my name is Flo Obaitan. I'm a microbiologist with an MBA from the University of Lagos. I have a Lean Six Sigma Black Belt from Emory University in Atlanta, Georgia. It's sunny right here where I am. I have 25 years of leadership experience in pharmaceuticals and healthcare industries, and currently a senior executive with a Fortune 100 healthcare company right here in Atlanta. And I'm responsible for generating revenue of over 1.5 billion annually for my organization. Quite busy. But I'm also a Diamond 6 leader with Long Ridge Biosciences, and I'm leading a team now of over 2,700 members. And I decided to partner with this platform for 3 key reasons: financial diversification, total wellness, and for empowerment. With that being said, I will turn it back over to my friend, my sister, Joyce Olagere.
Thank you very much, Flo, and I'm delighted to be here co-hosting this inaugural maiden edition of the Winnie Perspective with my big sis, Flo Obaitan. So my name is Joyce Olagere, and my background, I trained as a lawyer back in Nigeria, and when I came to the UK, I did my MBA from the University of Durham. I'm also a certified project management professional. I've got over 15 years experience in project management and in IT programs, working in different industries, including the energy sector, telecoms, oil and gas, investment banking as well. Currently, I'm going to just meet everyone. Apologies for that, breaking communication. I think we're good now. Okay, back to me. So as I was saying, I am currently a senior program management consultant with a FTSE 100 company in London. I'm also a committed leader in my local church, the Liberty Church London, and with a particular emphasis on supporting expectant moms and dads. That was my journey for 12 years. I'm a Diamond 7 leader with Long Ridge, but it's not about me today. So I won't go too much into detail, but my why for partnering with Long Ridge is time freedom and flexibility, multiple streams of income, and making a greater impact in my world and in my community. And I'm going to go right ahead and introduce our very first guest speaker for today, and that's Mrs. Enifom Umbo-Connell. I'm delighted to have the pleasure of introducing you to our global audience. You're welcome, our 3-star director. I'm going to go right ahead and read your profile for those of us who are not very familiar with you. So Mrs. Enifom Umbo-Connell, she's a 3-star director with Long Ridge Bioscience. She has almost a decade of experience in what is considered by many experts as business, not only for the 21st century, but for the 21st century. Enifom Umbo-Connell is a success coach. She is a serial entrepreneur and a multi-level marketing professional. She holds a degree in microbiology from the University of Uyo and has gone on to acquire several other qualifications and career certifications in business, entrepreneurship with executive education and certificate from China European Business School. A few years ago, she established Events Etc., a one-stop event planning organization that helps to create a wholesome event for clients, even on a budget. She sits on the board of trustees of a global NGO called Help Initiative. Enifom Umbo-Connell is the founder and international president of Value Added Wives Association, BAWA for short, a platform that she used to inspire, she created to inspire, motivate, empower the everyday woman to become a value-added wife and mother. Enifom Umbo-Connell currently earns 7 to 8 figures weekly with Long Beach Bioscience International, and is currently a 3-star director, like I said, at the top of this 36-year-old Asian company. She has qualified with her family for several cars, all expense-paid trips, and many other incentives from the company. She's the CEO of High Flyers Hub, an entrepreneurial platform she uses in partnership with Long Beach Bioscience to raise great leaders and world-class entrepreneurs who are building transgenerational wealth and committed to leaving a legacy. I can proudly say, and I'm one of such entrepreneurs. I live in the UK, she's in Nigeria, but she's empowering me all the way from Uyo. She has raised 12 star directors, 12. That's not easy. Double digits, guys. She has raised 12 star directors under her leadership, with many others coming. And I can say, yes, I'm one of them as well. And she's happily married to Pastor Umber Connell, who we have here today with her as well. They're blessed with 3 wonderful, amazing children. She's an unapologetic God lover, a dancer, a decorator, a fashion designer, and a globetrotter. You're welcome, ma'am, and we're delighted to have you here today to launch this series for us. Thank you so much. So I'm going to pass it back to you, Flo, to do the introduction for Mr. Uban Kaneludo. Flo, I hope you're still on.
Okay, sorry, I was muted right there. Awesome, now I'm here. So it is my honor to introduce to you Mr. Umban Kalane Udo. He is a graduate of electronics from the University of Port Harcourt. He has a master's in project management from Futo Owerri, and with several professional and postgraduate certifications from various institutions, including the Nigeria Institute of Safety Professionals, the DuPont Classical Projects Academy, Georgia University of Technology. He is a founder of the HELP Initiative, HELP, and the Youth Consult. They are both NGOs that have worked with the European Union, the World Bank, UNDP, and various government programs. Uban Kalane is a minister of Gospel of Jesus Christ. He is married to our star director in Inform and blessed with 3 lovely children. It's our pleasure to host you here today and to have you join this great series we're presenting. So you're very welcome and thank you.
Thank you, Flo. Thank you so much. Amazing. We've got about 172 people and counting. I'm sure the room will fill up fast. So I'm going to look for our guests to bring them back on the spotlight. I don't know if they dropped off. No, they're still there. Okay, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. I'm really excited. Flo, I'm sure you are. We're launching something new. So the idea, okay, sorry, sis. I was just saying that the idea behind this, the winning perspective is, I'm a strong believer that you can, there's a shortcut to getting to the top. And that shortcut is not that we don't work hard, but if you follow what other successful people have done, then you can cut your journey shorter to the top. Hard work is still involved, but if you just, they know where the stones are placed and they can point them out to us, and we just step and we can walk on water. So that's why we decided to launch this episode, The Winning Perspective. These amazing leaders, they won already. They're at the top of their game. They've, been able to build a multi-million naira organization in just 7 years or so. And they're my team leaders. We're part of the High Flyers, myself and Flo. So we thought no other better couple than the CEOs of High Flyer themselves to come and launch this new series for us, so we can learn from them. Over to you to say a few words before we go into the questions. So thank you for honoring our invite. It's a pleasure. Oh, I thought you were co-host. Sorry, apologies. You can unmute yourself. I think I need to make you co-host again. I thought you were. Apologies. Now you are.
Okay, thank you, everyone. Thank you, Joyce, for this fantastic idea. I mean, you're always coming up with something, and that's the way to go. Thank you also, Flo. Thank you for having us today.
Thank you, Flo and Joyce. It's a good thing for us to be here. We always, personally, always look forward to being hosted by you, because I know the good things that are coming afterwards. You know what I mean? So it's good to be back, you know, and it's a privilege to be on the first episode of this new thing that is just launching for the best, you know, just for the best that is coming. Thank you for hosting us.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Yeah, success leave clues. So we want to find those clues and pick your brains today. So are you guys ready? I hope you've got your notebook and pen ready. I have mine always at hand, my notebook and my pen ready to jot down ideas and tips so that I can go crush my star directorship in a jiffy. So I'm going to go ahead first and, you know, ask the first question. So today really, like I said, is about unpicking your brains just to know what you did, how you did it. So my first question is, what was your first reaction when you were first told about the long range business opportunity? Can you share with us how you got started on this journey and what was your first reaction?
Well, anyway, you don't want to hear my reaction. I think you should tell you.
Tell us, sir. We would like to know your reaction, actually.
My reaction was, please go away. We don't want it here. So I think she should share her own reaction.
Give us the story.
I didn't really hear long range. What I heard was network marketing. I was like, oh, not again. No, not here, please. Lady, take it away. Take it away. That was my reaction when I heard, you know. But my wife was kind of, she was kind of, you know.
I was trying to be nice.
Okay.
I was trying to be nice because I knew we had an agreement that anything that has to do with network marketing, we're not going to be a part of it anymore because we've had our fingers burned several times. So we're like, you know, we had already, you know, agreed that we won't have anything to do with it anymore. So when she came to try talking me into it, and I told her no, she kept trying, you know, trying to convince me to actually take a look at it. And we're just talking when my husband walked in and said, babe, we don't want it here. You know, trying to save me the trouble of having to explain. So that was what happened. And in a bit, not to make her feel bad, because I was feeling bad that, oh, I should have at least, you know, maybe buy something. So I decided to actually buy something from her that particular day. I bought the sanitary pad, bought the toothpaste, and I bought the soap from her. That's how we started. And first that I actually bought them on credit because I didn't even have the money to pay. You know, so when I told her something. I said, don't worry, whenever I'm going to be your best customer, and then I'll tell other people about you, you know, and about the product. You know, so I started using the product. I think I started using the sanitary pad immediately. And I found it really, really, you know, effective because I used to have terrible cramps even after my 3 kids. I will have to take painkillers. I will have to take, you know, drugs. And at some point I got tired of the painkillers because I kept hearing that, you know, those painkillers have side effects. And so I decided to bear the pain. So sometimes I'll just be rolling on the bed, take warm water, bath with warm water, and all of that. So I started using the sanitary napkin. And wow, on my second day of flow, usually I can't step out. Usually I'll take permission from my office and I will stay indoors, you know, but that day I went about, I was just hearing little cramps. It wasn't so serious. So I was like, wow, it looks like this is working, you know, and with that, I started telling a few people around me, and indeed, I became her best customer because I was telling people about, you know, the product, the sanitary napkin. Everybody that I knew had a painful menstruation or have children who had painful menstruation. I started reaching out to them and telling them, I found something for you, come get this. And as soon as they heard that, they asked for it. And so when I'm going to work, I'm going with sanitary napkin, I'm going with products for my friend, I'll sell them. And as I'm coming back from work, I'm coming back with money. I did that for months because I didn't want to be a disobedient wife.
And she eventually became.
You started off as a product user, not doing the business. She was a product user, sir.
As a product user, a very effective one, very loyal product user. Yeah, that's where I started from.
Yeah, and she did introduce me me to the long range toothpaste. She introduced me to the cup, which I'm still using till today, even when I wasn't interested in the business. But this cup had always been my friend because it was good. So
and right here, it's always
yeah.
with me, always with me. It's fantastic. Thank you so much for that. We won't go into the rest of the story because it will come out later, but here she is today, and we'll get to tell you a bit about her journey a little later, but that's just a snippet. She said no initially, she was just a product user. She got value from the product. It helped her with an issue she was having with her menstrual cramps, and here today she's a 3-star director. The rest, as they say, is history. Over to you, Flo.
Absolutely. So you shared with us your reaction when they told you, Colonel was like, no more network marketing. And even you yourselves, you're like, I did agree with my spouse. I'm not doing network marketing again. Well, your platform right now is network marketing. And here you are in that same network marketing. When I was also approached about this, I had a similar reaction. And I bet there are many people who are listening to you right now that have the same type of reaction that say, either they may say, I've been burnt before, or it's just not me, it's not my thing. You are a microbiologist, I'm a microbiologist, you are a technical guy as well, but you are doing this. So what makes this particular company different from all other network marketing companies? Because you had actually resisted doing this, but here you are doing it. There are many people who are listening today and they are put off. Some of them might just be listening and being honest and say, oh, this is, there are some people who are listening for the first time. They don't know anything about it. They'll be like, oh, this is about network marketing. I don't even want to be a part of that. What can you say that is different for this particular company?
Okay.
So let me start because I actually started, even when my wife had started, I had to join her a year after she had started. And one of the reasons that made me to look at the company was the achievements my wife had over 8 months. I had been involved in network marketing, but the achievements that came with this particular company within a few months was actually very impressive and remarkable. When I looked at my wife qualifying for a trip to the US within 7 months, I was like, is it possible? Or are they trying to get me? So by the time she went for the trip and came back with a lot of things, the story was funny because I thought when she gets to the States, she will ask me for money. But she did not. And she came back with a lot of things for me, And, it wasn't just there. Within few weeks after she came back from the United States trip, she told me she qualified for a brand new car. And the first time I went out to attend anything long range was when the particular car was awarded and given to her. She got the car key, and my kids preferred to go with mommy. So I said, no.
Wonder why?
Boy,
I wonder why, sir.
I think this company, yeah. I said, boy, don't let this happen to you. I think this particular various compensation, platforms that the company has, it's not just a plan. The compensation regime in Long Reach has a lot of platforms. You can decide to go for the one you like. It's like a buffet. You go for the one you want. What fits you, you go. If you want all, you go for all. If you want few, you go for the few you want. So there are few things that I saw that I have never seen in network marketing. So other companies that come and I got involved with never had anything that good. So I looked at them and I told myself, for the mere fact that this company doesn't have this, especially that monthly, purchase, I was like, the authorship thing, you don't need to buy products every month for you to go anywhere. So I was like, I think this is good. It's different from others, and when I looked at the other stuff, like the card that they give you, you don't need to, it wasn't like a loan. It wasn't like a branded card that wherever you go, the people will know that this company have given you a card to advertise them. So I looked at it and with some other things that really made me say, okay, I'm going to partner. I'm not just partnering with this company, I'm going to partner with my wife. you know, because I understood that this company gives us opportunity for families to come on board, and you know, husband and wife come as one person. You know, in long reach, husband and wife can even have multiple accounts. So I looked at that as, man, this is good for us to build.
Okay.
Wow, absolutely. Yeah, yeah, go ahead.
So for me, what really got me interested was, first of all, it was, and secondly, I looked at it, you know, many other companies I've had to work with, you know, in the past. They were basically network marketing companies, strictly network marketing companies, marketing for other companies.
Okay, yes, I saw that too.
And honestly, I actually thought they were making it up, you know, in a way to hype the company, you know. But to my greatest surprise, when I had the opportunity to travel to China to see the company for myself, I was blown. Like every single thing I was, you know, then we were using slides of what they said. We keep saying, you hear us say, they said, the company said, you know, I was very careful because I didn't want anybody quoting me to say, you said this. So I would say, oh, the company said, you know, the company said this. You know, when I'm reading my slide, you will see it clearly written. You know, but I was amazed when we went to China and they took us to Suzhou, and we saw Welcome to Long Beach, the Long Beach community, from the structures, the different structures, to the factory itself, to the different banks, hospitals, and I was like,
they even have banks, police stations.
Really?
They have their own security outfit,
yeah,
like what we call community police.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so this is quite amazing. No, when I got involved, the person that was the Chinese that was the MD then, you know, I went to my first trip out just to make sure that I know what Long Beach was about, was when the Ghana market was being launched. So I used my wife's slots. She qualified for she was to attend the Ghana event. So I told her, let me go to Ghana, being that I've already got some people doing it in China. Then I got to Ghana. When I got to Ghana, I had the privilege of sitting with the MD then. And we talked, and he made me understand that he would actually like me to be in China to, you know, see some things for myself. And I told him I've been to China before, that I was in China in 2007. I went to China again in 2009, and I was in Suzhou. When I told him the facility that I was, he told me that is Long Reach now. Just that, as at that time, it wasn't Long Reach, but where the Long Reach conference center is actually, we had a conference, or global conference of renewable energy in China.
Right there.
Right now, in that particular, that it wasn't called Long Reach then. You know, so it wasn't the name that I knew. So when I went down I was sitting with him, and I scrolled down my Facebook page up to that then, you know, these stories that I had then, also, they were already on my Facebook timeline. So when I showed him the place, he said, really, you've been there? You've been to Long Reach? Long Reach has been built since then. It was just in 2009 they decided to answer the name Long Reach. And I was, is it true? That means I am in this company till I leave. So I made up my mind that I'm going to be having a 5-year plan, successive 5 years. You know, after 5 years inside Long Reach, I have another plan inside Long Reach for 5 years. So I finished my first 5 years. This is the second 5 years. So I keep doing 5 years as if I'm going to school, from primary school to secondary school to university. So it's just like Long Reach over time. So this is amazing.
New levels, sir. New levels.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Basically, what got me really interested was the fact that Long Reach was a manufacturing company, and I got to confirm it for real that these guys actually manufacture for other companies. So that really got me. The OEM and ODM certification really blew my mind. And then another thing that also got me really interested, being that I had gotten my fingers burnt, you know, other times, was the fact that the compensation plan, like my husband said, I think those guys, they really sat down to look at the loopholes of other companies and then decided to seal all of those loopholes. Exactly. So even when I had when the first time I traveled to the US, and I wanted to share with a few of my friends in the US. As soon as I get to them, they're like, network marketing, they'll tell me, just hold on, let me show you something. They'll go into their rooms, come out with a box. They told me, you can't lie to us in info, you can't lie to us. Every network marketing company has authorship. You must buy, whether you like it or not. Unless you're not active, then what happens is they flush your points. The next month, whenever you want to start, you have to start all over again.
And you know what they do? They actually, because you have put your card details, so every month automatically they debit you and forward products that you don't want to.
Exactly.
Auto-ship is a short form of automatic shipment.
Yeah, of course.
Automatic shipment. So they ship those products to you and you don't need them.
So, absolutely. That for me was like a no. Go on, ma'am.
So what most companies do, but Longbridge doesn't have that. You can earn whether you buy or not. You keep earning, all right? Yes, we know that you're supposed to be making sales, generating sales within your network, but the truth is, if there are activities in your team, you will still keep earning. And then there are no targets. There are no targets with Longbridge. You work at your pace, and then you get paid when there are activities in your team. So I think that's actually what makes a lot of people come in and then they get relaxed, But for people who are goal-oriented, people who are focused, who are committed and ready, to change whatever situation or, to achieve their why, you see them set goals and achieve them. So Longbridge is actually different. And another thing that also, got me really, really interested in Longbridge again, was the fact that whatever they said they would do, they kept doing it. I qualified. I can't remember. The first thing I qualified for was the trip to the US. And honestly, when I told my husband I had qualified for a trip to the US, he was laughing at me. He laughed so hard that I felt bad. And I started thinking, in line with him, that maybe these guys are actually trying to get me, to do more. Because he said, oh yeah, go now, let's
audio trip.
Using your head.
Audio trip.
Even when I was given the list of things I needed to provide for the interview, and I told him, I said I needed a letter of consent from him. He said, only letter of consent. Come and take it, so that you will not say I'm the one that stopped you from going. So in less than 30 minutes, the letter of consent was ready, and I was like, okay. So, but here we are today. He's here.
Yeah. For the trip, your visa. You were trying to get your visa to the USA.
Yeah, because I did that. I for about 3.5 years, I had a certificate course doing in the United States, actually Georgia Tech. So I knew what it took for somebody to be going to go to US, the hustles and the embassy wahala. So I said, oh, that one, no problem. If that is the only thing, you will get it immediately. So I was waiting for her. She went and came back with a 2-year multiple entry visa to the United States. I was, wow. Probably these guys are serious to get me. I was thinking, maybe they know I have been then. I was very active in politics, being a state youth leader. And so I was like, maybe they are trying to get me involved, But, by the time she went for the trip and came back, I started thinking, as I said, the rest is history, as you know.
Yes.
Thank you. That's fantastic. So for those of you listening, you've heard it from them. The reason why they decided on Longbridge, even though they were totally against network marketing. I took down some notes. The first one he said was compensation plan. The fact remains that you can get the best compensation plan from there. In 8 months or less, she already qualified for a trip. And if she didn't want to travel, she could have taken that money herself. And then she qualified also for a car immediately. And the car, like he said, was not branded. So they're not even using it to do their own marketing, right? There's no auto ship, which means you don't have to keep buying and buying and buying, right? You also mentioned there's ability for financial freedom because you are earning he's also earning. Your children are also earning. Most other network marketing company won't let you do that, right? And then the manufacturing aspect of it, the fact that you even went to China to see their city, the Long Beach city, that has its own utilities, security, facilities, and all that. And then there's no targets and many more. So thank you for sharing. And I hope the people who are listening have gotten that difference between what Long Beach is and what the others are, which is why you decided to go for it. So with that said, I'm going to turn it over to Joyce for our next question. Thank you.
To come up with that story was so funny. I was just giggling and enjoying myself so much. Audio trip, audio car, but actually it wasn't. It was reality. It's such an interesting story. Thank you so much for sharing your journey with us so far. So now, for those, a lot of people might not know, but we'll come to that later. You've actually been able to build a multi-million naira global business because you have Flo in your team. She's in the USA. I'm here in the UK. Lots of people scattered all over the African continent. So today's theme is the winning perspective. So we want to learn, and particularly the new people in our midst, they've just come on board or they're thinking of coming on board. What 3 tips or strategies can you share with our partners to help them get started properly in the business? You started for the first few months as a product user. So I think you lost some time there because we're still considering the business. How can people get started? What strategies can help them grow fast? So we want to learn. My notes, my pen is ready.
Let me start. 3 strategies. I would say number 1, straight up, go for what you want. Go for what you want. There are 2 ways people see things. There are 2 ways people see things in the world. Some people see what they want and they go for it. Other people see what stops them from getting what they want, right? So for those who are prospects on the call today, they are after this call, or maybe you heard about Long Beach and then you go to share with somebody, the next thing you're going to be hearing is, network marketing, don't do it. They will discourage you and all of that. Like I was discouraged, from day one. My husband said no, but I looked at it. And by the time I weighed my options, I was like, what do I really stand to lose from, this transaction? I had been selling for my friend for months before it dawned on me that I was actually doing that. So it got to a point where I just had to talk to myself. I mean, at some point in your life, you've got to take your decision by yourself. Whether you're married or you're not married, wherever you are, you have friends or no friends, you get to a point in your life where it is you and your decision. You've got to take that decision. So if you keep listening to people, the truth is you will never, ever achieve whatever you want. And so I started, I went close my account and I started this business. And one of the things I like to also tell people is the fact that because I used my last, I know a lot of some people have actually heard this before. I actually closed my account and started the business, right? Because my husband was not interested. So the little money I had in the bank, I just looked at it, 70,000 naira. Of what use is this money going to be for me? Let me just, put in this money. After all, I'm already helping my friend to sell. So let me just try. After all, I don't have to lose anything. I don't stand to lose anything. So let me just get started. So I looked at the end picture again because I was like, I'm going to get products worth my money. I will sell, worst case scenario, I will sell up the products, get back my money, and I'm good. So go for what you want. That's just it. I don't want to go to too much stories, but that's the truth. Whatever you want on the long, if you're already a partner, there are people who discourage you. This person did it, the other person did it, it didn't work, the other person is doing it, it's not working. So, because when I come on board, I saw people that it wasn't working for. But what I decided to do was to look at the people that were working it. So you would see me, looking out for people like Madame Titi. That's why most times we're always, looking, getting her success stories, to work on it. We're busy building on her success stories until we started getting our own, So I look at the people who are achieving results. Follow them, follow through, and honestly, you will get there. So go for what you want. Stop looking at who is going to validate your decision, whether your husband or no. I mean, see my husband who was not interested. Today, in fact, his own zeal, I think, is even more than my own right now. You know,
we can see that his zeal is more than yours.
No, okay. Number two, I would like to say another strategy that is, I mean, one basic strategy is the fact that you should learn to get help. Get help. No, learn to get help, accept help, and also give help. Build relationship, basically. Build relationship. This is a business that has to do with relationship. Whether they are your team members, or not as soon as you come into the business, try to reach out to people who are getting results. That's one way to, you know, get help. So you hear, oh, this person got a car. You know, that's one of the things, I think that's what, that was actually my turning point. When I heard, when somebody, you know, I started in September 2013, that's when I actually signed up. But remember, my mindset was basically to sell products, right? So I sold out the products because that was what my mind was telling me. And then by January, I was like, this thing is not really working. I'm not seeing the money because I wasn't even attending trainings. That's another thing. Another way to get help is make sure you attend trainings. A lot of trainings going up. Thank God today we have a lot of resourceful materials. Please school yourself. Thank God for the team that we have as well, the High Flyers team. There are a lot of trainings, back-to-back trainings coming up. High Flyers Academy is there as well. As soon as you come on board, ensure you get that help. So I got on board. One mistake I did was I wasn't attending trainings, and God knows I made terrible mistakes. You don't want that to happen to you. So from day one, reach out and get knowledge. And then when you feel stuck, when you feel like you're feeling tired or some things are not going the way you expected, do well. Don't feel too much with yourself. Reach out and get help from the people that you see can help you, right? And then you too, be ready to give help to other people. Accept help, give help. Very important. Let me allow him to add the third one.
Anyway,
thank you so much, ma'am. That is fact.
What she said was the first one: beware of naysayers. Seriously, beware of naysayers. In this business, if you must grow to a positive way, don't accept people that negative people tell you. You are going forward. Don't associate yourself. Don't listen to people that are either stagnant or they are going backwards. Go forward with the people that are going forward. Beware of naysayers. The second thing, as she said, is teamwork. You know, when you make yourself available to people that have, succeeded, those people are actually going to you, and you must cooperate, because one thing is cooperating with the people that want to help you. You can seek help, but you are not cooperating with them. You know, if you are on board already, somebody wants to help you, please accept the help. You know, one thing is for you to seek help. Another thing is for somebody to offer help and you accepting it. Mm-hmm. Because there are a lot of people that, they have their own mindset when they are coming to ask for something. Mm-hmm. They already have a solution in their mind for a problem they have. Mm-hmm. So when they come and what you tell them as a solution is not what they had in mind, I mean that you are not giving them what they want. I know when that is one of the mistakes a lot of people make, in this system, in this business. They come already with a mindset of a different thing they learned somewhere. A lot of people come with network marketing ideas from another company. It doesn't work in long range. It doesn't work especially in long range. You must come and give yourself to learning, subject yourself, submit to learning the way it works with the long range organization. Otherwise, you are going to have a different result. Yeah. If you want to have the kind of result that we have, you must listen to people like us. When I got on board, I submitted myself to my wife. I said, this one, I'm just coming. You were there before me. 8 months you had. How did you do it? It was after she had given me tips on how these things were done, and now added with the little I knew, say, okay, let's grow it this way. So, and I've talked about giving yourself to learning, because that is a very, very important thing.
I'm going to add one more.
Yeah, no, we are still talking about the two. Okay. Because upon these two hang the rest.
Mm-hmm. Everything hangs on it.
Because if You must understand about the company. You must understand about the products the company is manufacturing. You must know about the compensation plan. Those three things hang on learning. If you don't give yourself or subject yourself to learning, you can never know this thing. So you must be there. You must be prepared to learn. You must be prepared to, acquire knowledge. And it is the place of this knowledge acquisition that you distinguish yourself. If you don't know, what will you tell people? So you need to acquire knowledge first before you can go to tell people.
Yeah. So I just want to add that another thing, another strategy, that has really helped is taking responsibility. From day one, you take responsibility. Even at the point of your registration, take responsibility of your business. It's your business. If it's your business, we usually say you're in the business for yourself, but you're not by yourself. What that means is you're in the business to make money, to achieve whatever you want to achieve, your goals, but there are people who are there to help you. Yeah. So accept the responsibility of that, process of learning, getting the basics. Understand that if you don't take that responsibility, nobody's going to do it for you. Like, I won't come to your house and be dragging you, come and do your business. If you open a shop today and then you don't show up every day, what happens? That's why I don't joke with the scriptures that says, seest thou a man diligent in his business? That man will not stand before, he will stand before kings and not before men. Everyone you are seeing today being celebrated is diligent in their business. Come rain, come sunshine, they are there building. Yeah. So there are days that things will not go the way you want it. Things may not flow the way you want it, but you are there consistently building, because the truth is in entrepreneurship and in life generally, there are times and seasons. There are times when things are down. So what do you do at that time? You don't start jumping around and giving up, quitting on a bad day, because if nobody responded to you on a particular day, you spoke to 10 people, everybody told you no, so you give up? Like, seriously? So how do you get to the next level? How do you grow? If I had given up, I won't be where I am today. Yeah. Several times I will come back home and I will cry, like I'm crying. Yeah. Do you understand? I'm hiding from him because I don't want him to see me.
I will see her and I will know, yes, she has made some block out there.
Then when I share with you challenges, that's why when he said don't associate with naysayers, it's so important. Even with with your spouse. Let me tell you, I will share this with you. When I started newly, I had a lot of challenges, yeah? So I will come back home, the rejection was terrible. So you come back home and you're just sharing with your husband, your spouse, oh, this is how my day went. Everybody just kept telling me no. You can imagine this person that is accent. This is somebody that has not even signed up, right? So and I'm sharing with him. Next is like, did I send you? Can you just calm down? Can you just all over the place? You're everywhere. Can you calm down? I did that. By the time it dawned on me that if I keep sharing this with him, he's going to discourage me. So what I did, I started keeping to myself. I would rather share with my upline. We'll cry together, we'll pray together, we will sort it out ourselves, and then okay.
And what I would like to say here is, do not expect what you don't inspect. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Do not expect what you don't inspect. In any business, especially in network marketing, you need to be involved. Accurately just taking responsibility to build. It's not like you just, a lot of people will just put money and say, okay, my money is working, it's an investment, my money is working. Multi-level marketing or network marketing as it's may be called is not a supermarket at all. It's not a supermarket that you just drop money, you buy products, keep on the shelves. You must get involved in that word of mouth enterprise. I call it word of mouth enterprise. Whether you do it on social media or you meet people one-on-one, you must be involved in sharing this opportunity. You must be involved in taking responsibility to build your team. Anybody that you share this opportunity with and that person comes on board is your team member, that person becomes your responsibility and you must take it serious. If you try not to take it serious, you will lose it. And and anything you don't use appropriately, you will lose. So if you are taking responsibility, that's good. If you're not, sorry.
Well, I feel like we can just stop it right here because this is about the winning perspective, and you've shared a lot. I won't bother recapping everything, just a little bit because it's packed. I took note and I was nodding my head along because the little I've seen so far is from learning from what you guys have been saying, actually going for what you want, regardless of naysayers. If you're waiting for validation, you might never get started, or even if you get started, you become discouraged because that validation doesn't come either from your spouse, from a friend, from your mom, your sister, who might say no, and then that stops you right on your tracks. You started, but because your mom or your sister or your spouse said no, and then you stop, or your best friend said no. Don't look for validation, ignore the distractions. Instead, look for people that are succeeding, because a lot of people that you've met, SD, you started in SD, and your husband started 8 months later, but you started properly, let's say January 2014, about 7 years ago.
I didn't start 8 months later. I started like 13 months.
Oh, wow, a year later. So you people that you met in the business that were not successful, you've overtaken them before you got on board. Oh, wow. But here he is today, passionate about the business, pushing this business, and it's just ignore people that say no, because they will come around eventually. If you work it, the results will cancel.
Let me just share why it took me that long, because within a year, I decided to join. But then I was involved in one company that I needed to disengage. She took me like 6 months to disengage from that company because I am a principled person. And I didn't just want to be doing two things at the same time. So systematically, I needed to disengage completely from that system. So I did that so that the people that were around me in that system were not, bitter.
Disappointed. Yeah.
No, they were not disappointed. And till tomorrow, nobody's disappointed. So I had to do that.
Fantastic. Awesome. Really, really awesome. Training, you've emphasized it. I won't even, dwell on that, but it's everything. Taking responsibility is probably one of my favorites, and building relationships. There's so much that you said that everything is my favorite, to be honest, because they're really the key to success. You have to take responsibility from day one. Avoid distractions. Don't quit on the bad day. Keep building and you get it. And training is everything. That's what I tell my team members. Training is really everything. Over to you, Flo.
Absolutely. So you've actually shared, as you were sharing about some of the struggles, how you had to avoid the naysayers. There are struggles in this business. And I just want there are a lot of people who are already members that are also going through some struggles, I want to say. So I want to ask you, when did you start experiencing results? And how did you overcome? What was that turning point? What did you actually do? There's also a question that is also related to that I also want to throw in there. And that is, when you now get to a point where you are seeing results, do you sometimes get to that point where there are slowness in there's slowness in your business? What do you do again to revive it? So the question is kind of twofold. One, you get through struggles. How did you what was the turning point for you to start seeing results? And as you continue to go and build your business, sometimes there's a dip again, there is a slowness. How do you get back up to engage people again and continue to build your business?
Okay, I think I should start this one because let me start. Because
I love this question. And I want to hear it.
When I started ready. I started ready. Then she did not start ready. So that's why I said, let me talk first, because my own is short. When I started, it was based on what I had seen. So I started ready. Then I made up my mind, even if it is not working, it must work. Because this is about me making it work. So I made up my mind, it's going to work, or it's going to work, or it's going to work. So though there was a particular day I told my wife, you can assist you. She told me,
welcome.
She just told me, welcome. Then I told her it must work. I cannot fail and I cannot stand failure. If anybody is making impact, I too must make impact. So I came with that mindset. So I didn't have any option. So for me, the turning point was already ahead of me.
Yeah.
I started on the turning point. That was my stepping stone. That is where I started.
Fantastic.
I had already achieved the turning point before I started, so I came ready.
Awesome.
You started with the end in mind, born ready. Day one.
For me, my turn, remember I said I had signed up and I was busy dwelling with products, selling. And that's one thing I need us to understand here, that this business is not about selling. You know, I sold and it wasn't making sense. I was making profits, but the profit compared to what I was hearing I will be earning wasn't matching up. So I remember I wasn't attending trainings. I kept telling my friend, is it network marketing? Are you the one that will be teaching me about network? I already know. And meanwhile, I was missing out. So by the time I finished selling products, and I was like, this thing is really not working. So by 2014, you know, every January, everybody is doing New Year resolution, you're setting goals and all of that. So January 2014, I was just wondering, what else would I do with my life? What's 2014 going to be for me? How is it going to be? And in that, you know, state, I was praying and just believing God for things to happen and all of that. Then I had been added to a chat room, but I wasn't, you know, relating. I wasn't talking to anybody. I was just close. I said, these guys, they don't have work to do. They don't. It looks like people here are not, you know, they are jobless. That's what I.
They're not busy.
You wake up in the morning from day, you know, morning till night. You guys are chatting on what it means. You guys don't have work to do. So I used to see them that way. So, but that January, one of those days, as I just went on the chat room, I think it was a Thursday, because it pays us every Thursday, right? Green Thursdays. So she had posted her alerts for this day.
A bonus payment.
A bonus. And I was like, I clicked it open. It was somebody I know, very close friend, Hannah actually. So when I saw it, I was like, 90-something thousand naira in a week. I said, wow, well, wait. Long reach paid Hannah 90-something thousand naira. That was like the highest at that time. All right. Me, I was struggling with 20,000 naira salary. And that wasn't paid, that had not been paid for 4 months. I was being owed salary at my workplace. So I wasn't even going to work at that time. So I was just trying to redefine my life. And then seeing that alert, I called her immediately. I said, babe, what did you do? What did you do that Long Reach paid you 90-something thousand naira? You know, and it was to show you the extent of to which we're that excited. She called everyone to a particular place where we used to usually meet then, you know, a meeting point for us to have a drink. We just celebrated because for us, it was amazing to be receiving that kind of alert. That means this is in work, it's getting closer. Right? For the fact that somebody else is getting this, that means I can get it too. So, but I wasn't myself throughout that period. And so I kept asking her, what did you do? She said, I got this person in, I said, so you were just busy talking to people and people were coming in and you got 90-something thousand. I'm going to do 10 times more. I said, I'm going to do 10 times more.
Action, 10x. 10x.
Oh my goodness. I went crazy. And as God will have it, Longbridge also announced, that was when the US trip promo was announced in 2014. So you can imagine, there was something, you know, extra waiting. And it's always been my dream to travel abroad. My husband has been traveling, but I never really had the opportunity. He would keep telling me, don't worry, next month. No, next time. The next time never came until Longbridge. So when I saw the promo, just like the one that is running right now.
That was a prophecy.
That was a prophecy. I love it. Mr. Obong, you're cracking me up.
You know, so I jumped on that. I told myself, this is the opportunity to come to America. You know, the movie Coming to America, I just told myself, this is an opportunity to come to America. You know, so I went crazy. You needed to see me. I went all out. That was like that. That's the turning point for me. I went all out, and even though I was working alone, because many people who signed up them were not, in fact, they were trying to they were doing me a favor. They were coming in, you know, at the point of pity. Let me jump, because when I talk to you, at that point, when I talk to you, you can't leave me. As in, you're either buying products, you're signing up, or you're going to give me a referral. You're going to give me somebody or people that I'm going to talk to. You're going to give me a platform. You know, so if I talk to you, you're not ready. Give me a platform, give me your church, give me your group of people, give me somebody, you know? And with that, as I'm dropping my children in school, I'm entering the street. Meanwhile, where I was working, I was a business development officer for a travel and tour company. So I was going around marketing, and yet I wasn't being paid. So I told myself, rather than go to that office and be marketing for them, let me market this business and qualify for a trip to the US. And the fact that at the end of the day, it's not just the trip I'm going to get, right? I'm going to be, my network will be increased. My bonuses will be more regular, will be bigger. So I went all out. That was the turning point for me. So that was how I got there. Now so I qualified for the trip. Like my husband said, I got my 2 years visa. You know, you can imagine, you know, getting that kind of results. And you're showcasing the results on then we were using BlackBerry. So on my DP, I was displaying the pictures. So people were, you know, imagine somebody calling you or chatting you and saying, where are you? And you're like, you're in America. And they're like, how did it happen? What happened? How did you get there? You're like, oh, some of them will even tell you, is it that sanitary pad you were begging me to buy? Is it that toothpaste you're begging me to buy? Is it that network marketing? This is serious. As soon as you come back, please reach out to me. I'm ready to sign up. So by the time I came back from US, the point I needed for the car was already waiting. So I was just going around harvesting. So I just clicked for the car and I qualified for the car. So what am I trying to say here? Go get results. However you're going to do it, however, it's not going to be easy. I'm not saying it's going to be easy. Like I said, it was stressful, guys. It was stressful. I think qualifying for US trip wasn't a walk in the park for me. Remember, as at that time, there were no results around us to really show that this was going to work. So to get somebody to even release 400,000 naira to do VIP, it was a struggle. Not to talk of being able to gather 25,000 PVs to qualify for a trip to the US. So you can imagine. But one thing I had in my mind was US. In fact, you can imagine, I saw it in my subconscious. I saw it in my dream that I was arriving US. So you need to, if you want to achieve something, okay, on this platform, you need to see beyond yourself, see beyond whatever is going on. See yourself. Even my car, you know, when I qualified for my car, I already saw the car in my dream. I saw the car, I saw myself qualifying for the car. So I knew that I was going to definitely qualify for the car. Do you understand? So you must see it until you actually see it in the physical. Everything that happens physically happens spiritually first. So get it spiritually and bring it to happen in the physical by going out to do the work. Is it going to be easy? Girlfriends, boyfriends, everyone here on this call, I did not say it was easy. I need to drive this point in, because a lot of people, when they hear us celebrating, seeing us, they say, oh, you guys are always making it look easy. It wasn't easy, guys. It wasn't easy. I worked my everything out together, but I knew that when I get this result, it was going to bring other results. So go get results. People don't want to hear stories. People want to see results. When you give them results, they'll buy in. Okay, so for the other part that you said, that you get results and then there are times when I feel down. I need everybody to hear this. That's why we say positive or negative down. Oh, no, sorry, negative or positive down. When you feel down, you feel discouraged, or you feel like, what am I even doing? You know, you've got to be able to reach out to somebody who is higher than you, like an upline, somebody who's on fire, somebody like a mentor. That's why
negative feelings about what you are doing.
Yes, or you're feeling down,
or your team is not giving results, or you're not getting results.
Yes, please reach out to a higher authority. That's why it's important you have an accountability partner. It's important you have a mentor. Very important. And one thing I always like to tell people is this: your upline who has gotten results should be your strategy, should be your mentor. You know, you may not agree with some things he or she does, but at least take the good ones, leave the bad ones. You know, leave whatever does not agree with you, but follow the part that has to do with the business, right? And achieve your results. So reach out to people who are already ahead of you. Try, it's like fire that is going down. By the time you bring in another fire, you bring in a firewood that is wet, you can't even bring up the fire. But when you bring that firewood into, a burning blaze, what happens? That fire comes up again, right? So that's why when you're feeling down, don't stay away from meetings. Don't forsake the gathering of yourselves. That's what the Bible says. it's important in network marketing. Together, everybody achieves more. If you think you're going to do it by yourself, on your own, I want to do my thing, honestly, you will dry up.
You will die alone.
You will dry up. So this is not a platform where you say, oh, I don't want anybody to annoy me. I don't want people to insult me. Hello. That's another thing. Get ready, because people are going to annoy you. You are going to annoy people. I mean, we are in a people-oriented business. You can't do without people. So you've got to learn people management. Very important. Emotional management, very important. So reach out to people that are ahead of you and, you know, get to talk with them, ask them questions, rub minds. Though you never can tell why that conversation is coming up. That fire will come up again. They'll give you tips, they'll give you ideas, and you'll be shocked at what will happen. And then another thing, you can take a course. Another thing you can do is take a course, okay? A course in
personal
development, or even, you know, in network marketing. That's why I don't joke with fathers of network marketing. People like Jim Rohn, people like, I've had to buy their courses. You know, Eric Worre. Some of these courses, some of these materials are even free. Most of the resourceful materials they have are free. So you can start with the free one. I can remember when I became, let me share this story so that you see how real it is. I'll share this. When I became a one-star director, I mean, after all the celebration, I'm supposed to be happy. I was happy and excited. But I went back and I started feeling dry. Like I had squeezed myself out and I was feeling like very empty. I couldn't even flow with my team anymore. So I was like, what's happening to me? And just at that point, my mentor sent a mail. You know, I told you I have been involved in network marketing, you know, in other companies. So a mentor of mine who is in another company, I was still receiving mails from them. So I got a mail that he was going to be having a mentorship session. I was like, wow, okay. In Lagos. So I made up my mind, it was going to be a 1-week program. I just told my husband, thank God my husband was very supportive, even though, you know, he wasn't a part of the business fully, but he was supportive. He was giving all manner of support, you know, whatever it takes. If it's me, it means leaving you know, leaving my community to travel. You know, allow me. That's one of the things I need to tell men on the call today. Or, you know, spouses, you need to understand that when, you know, during the time of building, you know, it's going to take some time, your family time. So you need to sacrifice those times because you're building, you're looking at the bigger picture. So understand that you've got to sacrifice some things. Sometimes your wife or your spouse will not be there to really give you what you want. So you need to be understanding. So he wants that understanding. He gave me the permission. For the first, I left Uyo, where I live, to Lagos, stayed for 1 week. By the time I came back, I was so refreshed, you know. So that's why I said taking a course is important. You know, I was able to even establish more relationship. I had a great time. I came back really, really revived. So take a course. You can also read books. Another thing, if you may not have the money or whatever to take a course, read books. Books are very, very important. Get books and read. It will also help you. And then you can even download, you know, there are free books on the internet that you can download. Okay. You know, once you get involved, like if you're working with high flyers as a team, just request for the books and the books will be sent to you online.
Fantastic.
Okay, so yeah, let me allow you.
Thank you so very much. You packed in a lot right there. So a lot of people wanted to know, how is it that you crossed that line? What was the driving force? What was it that made when you got there? And you shared all of that. You know, first of all, you said you made up your mind. It's mindset change. You made up your mind, you were going to do it. You dreamt about it, you put your focus on it. The vision was there, it was clear. You saw it even in dreams and all. And then you went to work. So you said it all. It wasn't something that you just picked or just by mistake. You worked for it because you were focused, you were driven, and you got it done. And then for those who are thinking, oh, well, yes, you've gotten there, but you know, when it's slow, you can't get it done or things are happening. It happens to everybody, even in your place of work. Sometimes, you know, those who are even salary earners, I'm sure you agree. There are days that you don't just feel like going to work, that you're just tired or something like that. But what is it that you do at that time? You talked about it. You said, go for personal development. You might need to learn new skills. You might need to learn new things that can trigger something for you, or reach out to someone who is being successful at it, an upline, a sideline, a friend, or somebody. You know, so I hope that this is bringing value to some people today that are listening and hearing and thinking, okay, I want to be like our SDs. I want to be like them. They worked for it. They put a plan together, they stayed focused, and they made it happen. And they're just an example to show that if they can do it, you too can do it. She went to the streets, she got it done. And like somebody said, you know, success cancels insults. Once you've done it, other things are pouring. So thank you for sharing. I'm going to give it back to Joyce to go on with our next question.
Amazing. Thank you, Flo, and thank you, Mr. and Mrs. O'Connell. Amazing session so far. I'm really taking notes. Like you said, everyone comes, you know, goes through a dry patch and a dry spell, and the thing to do is not to recall, but to reach out, you know, take that course. So let me go right into my question. I work in project management, and every time we wrap up a project, whether it's successful or not, we do what we call lessons learned, right? And I know you have a very successful business today. However, based on my experience, there are always things that maybe we could do differently. So if you were starting this business today in 2021, what would you do differently than when you started in 2013? This is lessons learned.
Did I say it?
Please do.
Oh my God, a lot of lesson learned. Like I said, you know, while I was speaking, that I wasn't attending trainings and I lost out. One mistake, major mistake I made was arguing and, you know, analyzing. I will use arguments, arguing with my upline. It's a terrible thing. Remember, your upline knows better. They've been here longer than you, or they know more than you to some extent. Not all uplines anyway, but the ones who are getting results, who know what they are doing. You need to listen to them. Ladies and gentlemen, I wasn't ready to listen. I had said it, you know, I just kept feeling, oh, it's network marketing. I've done it before. Is it today? Are you the one who's going to teach me network marketing? Calm down, you know? You know, so one of the things I would do differently is, number one, from day one, I would sign up my family. I regret.
I think you said this before. I've heard this, yeah.
It over and over again. You know, after I realized what I had done to myself, I just made up my mind that every team member of mine, I will preach it. Then they will decide what to do. I will tell you what you're supposed to do, but if you don't do it, I'm not going to force you, but I'll tell you to learn from me, you know, because you can imagine right now, my family is down there somewhere.
Yeah, like I think I'm your seventh generation.
He's my seventh generation, right? He's in my seventh generation. That's my son. I mean, this guy should be a star director right now. But wow, because of wrong placements, some nonsense, you know, signed my children up immediately. Like I said, I was busy arguing, so I didn't sign them up. Instead, I signed up strangers. So you can imagine people becoming Diamond 6. What is even stopping them from becoming Diamond 7 is because their third legs are not working. So most of them are Diamond 6 all over the place. And I was so silly enough to give all of them three legs. And because I was working with them, with the people that came in under them, somewhere, you see people springing up, working, and those people are growing. All right. So at the end of the day, you see somebody becoming Diamond 6, yet the person has never attended a training before. It's a terrible thing to happen, you know. So I would make sure I sign up my family first, you know, I call it positioning. The family package thing is important. Now, even if you're not married, you don't have a family yet, what I always advise is duplicate yourself. At least keep those 3 spots, 1, 2, 3. Please, whether you understand it or not, you don't even need to understand. Just do that. If you're single, your name is Mary. So you do Mary 1, Mary 2, Mary 3. You know why? Because you can always give out those accounts. It's easy for you to sign up those accounts to your children or to your family, or you know, to transfer the account to your family. So make sure that positioning is done. So that's what I would do. And then secondly, I would attend trainings from day one. I would sit with my upline and have a conversation. What am I supposed to do? How do I do this? What do we, I will ask questions to the last. I will ask questions and I will interact, establish my why from the beginning, have that, set my goals, because these are things I didn't do, but that's what I would do. And I'll attend trainings and make sure that I develop relationship with people around me, downlines, sidelines, uplines, people around. I'll just make sure I'm building relationships. That's it.
Exactly. Therefore, I said I came prepared when I started. And things I learned when I studied the company's compensation plan, that one of the things that really amazed me was this company gives you opportunity to have multiple accounts, So, but what I didn't do when I came in was like all my accounts were not VIPs. So one of the things that I will do right now, if I come in on board, except I don't have the money, but I can even borrow to make sure my accounts are VIP's accounts. Because as a VIP member, your earning potential is top there. A lot of people come to try, like I came in, I told my wife, I'm coming in as a VIP member, but yet I registered some other accounts, but they were not VIP accounts, even when I had the money to make all of them VIP accounts. So it wasted that time to build those accounts, become VIP members when I started seeing bonuses. This account is the same point that this account is earning 50,000. This other account is earning 30,000 with the same point. So I said, oh, so this is that 8%, that 4% difference. It's big. So you're rushing to make sure that those accounts are upgraded immediately. So one of the things that people should do as you are just coming in to upgrade your accounts to VIP. You don't have anything to lose. You have everything to get.
Wow, love it. I love it. Thank you so much. I'll start from the last point. Get to VIP as soon as possible. If you're a partner already, upgrade yourself and upgrade your sub account to VIP. You've heard it said, because you're going to be maxing out your payouts when you do that from day one. And then to recap what our SD said, some of our lessons learned, brought a smile to my face, arguing with the upline. I've been there. In fact, I also argued with my upline a bit, but in the end, for me though, even though I didn't agree, I agreed to, I didn't understand it, I agreed to her suggestion, though I was arguing a bit because I'm a lawyer, but I agreed and went with her, and I'm so glad I did listen to you, Lillian, because I'm enjoying the benefits of listening to her, even when it did not make sense to me. So don't try and listen to them, and because they've gone ahead of me, they don't know everything, nobody knows everything. Right, that's what Ezzy said in the beginning. Take the good parts and you can leave the rest. But when you're just starting, at least they know more than you in this business, in long reach. And even if you're very experienced in network marketing, if you're not experienced in long reach, it's different. Flo here is a prime example. She's my mentor. She's a senior director, and career-wise, she's my mentor. She advises me. But when she came into the business, she brought herself down to submit to me. She's also my sister-in-law. She's my husband's sister. So traditionally in our culture, she's like, way ahead of me. But in the business, I'm an upline, and she accords me the maximum respect. She listens to me. When she joined, I tell, do this, do this, do that, and she would follow and do it. She's a prime example. She listened. Family package, you've mentioned your regrets, and I tell everybody, I had a family package simply because my upline said I knew nothing about the business or whether it was a good thing to do or the right thing to do. She said, do it. I said, okay, we did it. And I'm enjoying it. So if you're here, you haven't done the family package, please register for yourself, your both children or spouse, just get it done because you benefit from it in the long term. Then training, we'll be talking about training all along, and we'll keep emphasizing it. She wasn't at any training. She lost track of time because of that. If you're not at any training, you're losing something. Training is everything in our business. So you must, attend training. The game plan interview, you mentioned, sitting down to strategize, to map out a plan for this business. It's a business, guys. And traditionally, if you're setting up a business, you need a business plan. So if you start long reach, have a plan. That's the sort of discussion I'm having with people now. What do you want to do? Do you want to just sell product? That's fine. Or do you want to build? If you want to build, then you must have a plan of how you're going to build it. It's not going to happen by accident. Nobody's going to be lucky and just get 3 leaders on their 3 legs and just go to start directorship. It's not possible. So you must have a game plan of how you're going to get to your destination, set your goals, and work it. Over to you, Flo.
Fantastic. Absolutely. I listen because I want to grow. You know, knowledge is power. So it doesn't matter where anybody is. You definitely want to listen, and you listen by going to training sessions, going to people who've done it and are successful in it. So thank you again for those powerful words. For me, it's really just, we know Long Reach is a great opportunity. Those who have joined, they already know it. Those who are prospects listening from wherever, this is a fantastic opportunity. So SDs, I would like for you to share with us how Long Reach has changed your life positively, be it health-wise, financially, otherwise, and maybe even to the people, maybe your partners around. Yes. They want to know, because people might be on the fence. Okay, I hear all that, but we still have to work for it. But the opportunity is just fantastic. So over to you.
And I'm going to be flashing some pictures. Show us the money, SD.
Oh my goodness. Okay. The Long Reach business opportunity has been an amazing journey. Very, very life transforming. You know, I will start from the health aspect, because for me, you know, health is wealth, right? If no matter how much money you have, if you're not healthy, you can't even enjoy life, right? So I love the fact that I'm using the products, everything that is usable. I mean, that I'm supposed to be taking, I'm taking it, you know, my toothpaste, soap, everything. So I don't get to visit hospital. I mean, you know, even my children, they know it. They're having any tummy discomfort, they know they're supposed to drink water from the alkaline cup. So I don't have to buy Buscopan every now and then, or buy whatever kind of drug, antacid and all of that we used to do before, or rush to the hospital. We no longer do all of that anymore, because whatever happens, there's something. We are taking our green tea every week. We take green tea once or twice. They don't like it, but I try to force them to take it. All right, so the health has been amazing. I don't have to, you know, take all of those, what do you call those drugs again? I prefer the, you know, the supplement that we are taking here is really amazing. The antibiotics, you know, so we are going natural. We are using the Long Reach supplements, and they are working fantastic. So I love the health aspect. Secondly, I love the fact that I'm no longer a dependent wife like I used to be. Oh my goodness. You know, when I started the business, I think one of the things that actually pushed me, that became a motivation for me, was the fact that I needed to change my narrative. I needed to change where I was. I was tired of having to depend on my husband for one thing or the other, because my businesses were not working. You know, I told us about how the job, I wasn't being paid. The businesses I was doing, they were owing me. And I mean, it wasn't just making sense. So I'm not somebody that likes to, I'm not somebody that likes to depend, you know. So everything you want, you have to come and start asking, you know. So I was able to move from becoming a dependent wife to becoming independent, not just independent, a value-added wife and mom. Wow. You know, there's something that happened. I decided to surprise. I don't know if you've seen there's a picture we took there. Most times when we qualify for trip, we couldn't go with the children. So one of those times, I just packaged the trip. I got you know, an agent to package. That was in Dubai. You know, I packaged a trip and I sent it to my husband. I had paid for everything and I sent it to him. So by the time he got it, it was like, you paid for it already? I said, yes. He said, it was like, are you serious? I said, yes, we are all going to Dubai, you know, to have fun. I mean, this is me that before now, my children, you hear my children say, oh, mommy, this person went for summer. I never really understood what summer was then. When I heard summer, you know. But on this platform, I've been able to give my children, we've been able to give our children that vacation, that summer. But for COVID, would have been in one country or the other, you know, having fun somewhere. So, you know, that's for me has been, you know, a dream come true. Yes, a dream come true. And then the fact that, you know, I get to drive cars, I mean, all of those cars, the trips, the weekly income. Recently, my last daughter is going to be starting high school. We call it secondary school in Nigeria, right? And we're just wondering which school should she go, which school, what's the best school, which is the best school. And by the time we're hearing, people are mentioning schools, and then somebody said, this one is really expensive. Do you know, we're not looking at the cost of the school fees. We're not looking at the cost of the school fees. We are looking at which is the best. You know why? Because we are not bothered about school fees anymore. My children now pay for school fees from their account, you know, because they make money. Whatever goes on in their team, they are generating money, income every single week. Whatever happens, they get something. And that is why everyone, whether you like, I tell people, whether you like it or not, even if you don't want to do it for yourself, sign up your children. You know, so our children get to pay their school fees from the platform. And then the team, the team success too. You know, why did we even come up with the name High Flyers? How did I get the name High Flyers? I wanted a situation where everybody with me will be flying at the same level. As in, some people are not winning and then some people are winning. I just make flying together. And trust me, the people who are actually building, who are committed to building their business, they are actually flying. Right, yeah. They are flying. You know, that's why we have the team of High Flyers today. And then you see us move from, one level of success to the other. I mean, you can imagine this is 2019 car promo where 80-something, we're almost 90, I think 87 of us qualified for the 2019 car promo out of over 600 people who qualified in Nigeria. You know, for me, that's been a major breakthrough, that is not just a particular set of people. And many of these people are new people who came on board and decided to build a business, just like Joyce. Very soon, Joyce's face will be on this platform too. and
many others.
The next banner has you already.
Has you already, because that's going to be the 2020 car promo. You've qualified already, so we're going to be coming up with it. So the fact that we have been able to add, to impact lives, it's amazing. Now, one of the things we do is we reach out to widows. We use the NGO to reach out to widows, So, from how we be able to fund this, from the long reach earnings, whatever we are earning, we are using it to add value. I mean, there are so many things you want to do in life, so many dreams that you want to achieve, so many good things you want to do, but you can't do them because of what? You don't have the money, you don't have the finances. But today on the platform, I can do whatever I want to do. Last year, November, my mom turned, it was her birthday, and I was just wondering, what do I do for Momsi? And I just thought about it, let me get her a car, and I bought her a car. I didn't have to think twice. Do you understand? It's amazing what you can do with money. Money is a tool, right? Some people do it to, use it to accomplish evil. Some people use it to accomplish good things. And on the Long Reach platform, we've been able to have a platform where we make money to do, achieve our dreams. That's my brother there. Okay, that's my brother there. 2016, I actually got to the level where I qualified for the scholarship. One of the benefits you get on the Long Reach platform is the scholarship. So I got to that level, and I was just wondering, I honestly did not think it was serious, even though I was there when that program was launched. This is another thing that makes Long Reach different. I have not seen any company that gives out scholarship. None. Please check, do your homework, go check up and down America, everywhere. I have not seen any company giving out scholarship. But you see, Long Reach, they came up with this. I was there when that scholarship program was launched in China. And for me, I just said, these guys are trying to motivate us to do more. I didn't know it was going to come to me. Do you understand? So by 2016, I got to that level. By 2017, I was called upon and was asked, what do you want to do with your slots? Because then they used to reach out to us, to tell us, to ask us what we want to do with our slots. So I just thought about it. I said, my brother has taken JAM several times. Okay, let him just try. So he went online, applied, and luckily for him, he was shortlisted. This is somebody that has never left to you. He has never left Akwa Ibom State. Do you know? No? So he left the shores of Nigeria.
Amazing.
And right now, as I speak to you right now, he's in Suzhou.
Say Chinese.
He speaks Mandarin very well.
Wow.
He's doing his
Imagine.
He's doing his third year in architecture,
Yeah.
you know, and he's doing super well. You know, so I mean, if I keep asking, whenever I talk about this, you know, I ask myself, if I had kept 68,000 naira in 2013 without income, remember, no income coming in, I will always be going to ATM to remove 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, and before you know it, I'm sure that money would have been nowhere. Okay, maybe I just saved it in the bank. Where will it be today? Where would that amount of money be today? But from 68,000 naira, I've been able to do so many things, adding value to people's lives. And my brother today, who is schooling in Suzhou, 68,000 naira, there is no how, no matter the miracle, you know, that would have taken this guy, you know, to even a good university in Nigeria. So it's amazing how people's lives can be transformed on this platform. And again, the person I have become in the process, in the process of building the business, has been amazing. My schoolmates, my classmates will tell you, in fact, let me allow my husband to talk about that one. Let me leave it.
Yeah, that's a great achievement, you know, for me, because I look at myself as the one that is actually achieved that. I was this person that used to tell my wife, I think you've not done enough. You need to go back to school. You need to get a master's degree. You know, you are timid. You need to talk. You know, my wife wasn't the type that will face a crowd. But when she started, you know, the long reach journey, I started seeing my wife, the boldness that came upon her. She will call me, sit me down, and be doing presentation to me, and I will like, this woman is changing. Gradually, she was able to be talking to a lot of people. When she goes out to that, somebody told me, I saw your wife. Your wife came to my office. That girl is intelligent. Oh, God has so blessed you. She was able to explain and explain. I think I'm going to do VIP. To do VIP. Meanwhile, I was not involved. So the thing has helped her a lot to, you know, that capacity building. She has come of how should I say it? Equipped herself enough with capacity. You know, she has built herself so that she can stand her ground. She can face any crowd, and that was not before. Her classmates would tell me, you know, Inifon is a different person. It's not the Inifon we knew, you know. So
total transformation.
Long-reach has ability. If you, yes, the business has enough ability to transform anybody. Just get the right mindset to learn and be transformed. You will be transformed. You know, that's it.
So like I always say, it's not just about the money, it's not just about the trips, the person you become in the process of building the business. You know, some people, it's easy. I hear some husbands tell their wives, you know, can you calm down? I can always buy you a car. I can always give you this. It's not about the car. It's not about the trip you're going to give her. It's not about the money you're going to give her.
Self-fulfillment.
The self-fulfillment.
That I can do something.
The person you become in the process of building the business. Yeah, it might be challenging, but you know, you facing that challenge and overcoming it.
This is how it is.
It's a major transformation.
This is how it is. You are in a particular level or a particular class. You need to pass a certain exam to move you to the next class.
Exactly.
So when these challenges come and you are able to achieve, you know, success, you are able to, you know, survive that level to get to the next one, you will be so fulfilled that you have done something for yourself, that you'll be so fulfilled. You know, that self-fulfillment of achieving something is so amazing, and it gives you that confidence to move ahead and do more.
Yes, yes.
Amazing.
Wow.
Amazing. Flo, did you do the math on this slide before I leave this slide? Because I just want to pause here for a quick minute to do the math. This is 1 year car fund cash. They got it. Just 1 year, 2019 car fund. Do the math, guys. 60 million naira. I can convert it to my currency. That's 100,000 pounds.
Wow.
Flo, in your currency, what's that? What's that in your currency?
30.6 thousand.
No, 100. No, calculate is 100 is 60 million. So in my currency is 100,000 pounds. In the US, it's got to be more, probably 130, 150.
Yes, 130.
Wow.
Wow.
Car fund for one family from 68,000 naira. This was not all they earned. They had
1 year.
6 years later.
And this does not
include
your weekly earnings,
right?
It's just the car fund, does not include weekly or other trips, just for cars. Wow, that is amazing.
Or the VIP points that they would have gotten that year, and not just her, look at the other people in the team that also qualified for the cars in 2019 as well. And I know one particular one also got about 60 million. Chineye also got about that in your team. So not just one person, other people too. Look at this picture. It tells the full story. Amazing.
We had over 80 people. We actually had over 80 high flyers who qualified for cars. You can take us back to the picture where you had the team.
Yeah. In 2019. Wow.
Look at that.
2019.
So when you say that this is touching lives, this is a picture speaks it.
Yes.
It is something people got the car fund in 2019 from the high flyers, and we're part of that. I'm excited to be part of this team. We are all high flying, and I love it. And let's talk about the colony as well. For those who don't know, because you launched the colony at the end of 2020, that was pretty exciting too. The colony, look at it. They're loving you home.
Wow.
The internet is behind SD. That's why it will catch up soon. So we're on the colony. Your new fabulous home. I can't wait to visit Uyo because I've heard so much about the hospitality. I'm looking forward to eating delicious meals right there in the colony.
Oh, we can't wait to have you. We can't wait to have you, Joyce. Joyce and team, we can't wait to have you.
We are actually waiting for you to come.
Phil, for sure. My next trip to Nigeria, I have to come and see my leaders. For sure. Pretty amazing.
I just want to say
the colony is actually a dream we had. And we didn't just know. When I used to tell my wife, this is where we would like to be, this is the kind of house we would like to live, she was like, you two get big mouth. But I knew, somehow God had given me the grace to see things before they happen. So I used to tell her, but I didn't know how it was going to happen. I thought probably I will build this kind of house with money from politics, but it didn't come that way. It came from long-reach pay. It came from long-reach bonuses. And these monies came within few months. Mm-hmm. We were able to build this house within 13 months.
Wow.
From start to finish. During the
lockdown, we were building.
So by September, the house was ready.
Wow.
The house was ready. But we wanted it to be completely, furnished before we moved in. So about November, we moved in.
Wow. This is exciting. I mean, for those prospects who are listening, you can see what 68,000 naira has turned into. Not just from a money standpoint, because yes, many lives have been touched. 80-something people you saw in 2019, that's just 2019 alone. Lives of even her sibling has been changed. The children, family legacy, where they're able to stand on their own, paying their own school fees. And also health-wise, total wellness, the products that you get that are changing lives, helping people to live well. So there also the personal development. See how she talked about building key relationships, the people you get to meet and interact with by doing this business, and also your own personal self-development that you are able to present. You're touching lives. Look at the picture of those, the impact she's having on widows and single women and so many. So if you are on the fence today thinking, hey, I don't have money, or my money is limited, I don't know if I should do it. Remember one of the things that Uniform shared earlier. She said, make up your mind, you're going to do it. go for what you want and avoid any naysayers. I mean, this here, what she's sharing doesn't mean that it comes easy. She put some work into it, but you can see results with it. So I really hope that what they have shared today is really ministering to somebody who is listening, whether you're listening to it live or you're going to listen to it in the replay or when you're watching this video again. I hope you take something back that give it your all and do this. If things are a little bit low, go ahead as well and give it your all, because it is so worth it. When you finish, like people who are running a race, when you get to the finish line and you achieve it, can you imagine the happiness you have for achieving it the same way? So I just want to thank you, powerful couple, for sharing with us today. It's been really, really fun. So thank you so much.
It's been fun, it's been inspiring, and, eyes on the goal, because, anything good is what, nothing good comes easy, nothing good. If you want to get something for nothing, then this is not the platform for you. You get something valuable for putting in effort. And I'm going to talk about challenges next. We're going to pivot to challenges because you've seen it, it looks amazing, and we're not trying to make it look easy. We are never telling you that it's easy. It's not easy, because anything valuable, you need to pay the sacrifice, you need to pay the price, and you need to sacrifice. So my question is, challenges are a natural part of life and business, right? So we all go through challenges. Either in any business you set up today, you're going to have challenges. At work, you're going to have challenges. In the family, you're going to have challenges. So we want all you to share with us, both of you, the biggest challenges you've had to face till date and how you've addressed them, or the challenges that you're still facing. You might have overcome some, but some might still be ongoing. How are you addressing challenges? Please share with us.
But to me, the greatest challenge that we have in this business, the people.
Managing people.
Managing people. a lot of people come from different backgrounds, and when you bring them into a place, you need to study these people and to know them. But with the fact that we have been in the business for a while, we have met so many types of people, so we have some experience in handling them, and but different people have different, problems. So when they come with their personal problems, there's some problems that are not even related to business. You need to be there for them. You need to be there for them. You need to, be the father. You need to be the mother of these people that are coming. They are your children. I mean,
and even when you are there for them,
yeah.
let me bring in this aspect. When we talk about people management, is a whole lot. Oh my goodness, it's a whole lot. You see people that you actually were there for them, you actually helped them through. They turn back to bite the fingers that feared them, and then you still have to accommodate them. You still have to grow with them. You still have to help them through. That if you do long reach well, you will go to heaven.
Yes. And
I think it is true. It is true because
if you succeed in long reach business, you're actually in heaven. Because you must have gone through some people that must have dealt with you, and you will have the patience.
You need that.
You need patience to handle these people. And once you can handle these people, even pastors, I am a pastor, but I have seen pastors that don't have patience at all. They don't have patience at all. So on this platform, you will have to just learn how to be patient.
It teaches you patience.
It teaches you patience. And once you can be patient with people that depend on you, and people that, and one other thing, in this business, you need those people to actually get to your next level. So in your ability to handle these people and get them to understand you, get them to work with you, you've succeeded in the business. So managing these people is the greatest challenge I have met. There are people that you sponsor them, you give them money, you make sure that they are on board, you make sure you literally sign them up. You teach them, you carry them and show them where the stones are placed.
And they refuse
to grow with you. It's like you want to beat them because you know that this is for them. And they will still refuse, and you finally, when you succeed to get them to see, you will know you have done something, not just for them, for you. You are fulfilled that you have helped somebody.
That's where the impact. That's where the impact is. You know,
when you are able to just overcome those challenges, because those challenges, the challenges in this business are just people. People will stand up and say, this. They will talk about products. They will tell you, why are these compensation plans not like these other ones? They will just go and learn something from a strange company, and they will come and tell you they are this company that is coming new, and meanwhile these are people that you have trained. So it's just people. Managing people is just
having them to even stay to build. A lot of people get so distracted. Distraction is another problem. You know, people like in Nigeria, the problem is a lot of people want the letters. Which one is the letters? So as soon as one comes, you see them jumping, and you know they call themselves networkers. You know, networkers. Serial entrepreneurs. They have a name. They call it serial entrepreneurs. Yeah, they jump from one network to the other.
They serially jump from company to company.
And you know, because Long Reach is so liberal. You know, they go there and they come back and they still meet us here building.
They get their points. You know, yeah, they still get their points. I mean,
yes, at this, you know, for people who have been consistently building and committed to building the business, wherever they go to, I know that they will always come back, because you cannot find this kind of compensation plan anywhere. So as they go back, when they come back, we welcome them. For those of them that we cannot welcome, you know, maybe the account has been blocked or something, but you know, in Long Reach, nothing really happens to you except you really go out of your way to demarket the company, then we'll take action on you. All right, so there are a lot of all of those issues. Basically, it's people having to retain people, leaders, raising leaders as well. Some people can't just see themselves as success. You know, their narrative is still on the negative side. So it takes a long time to, you know, drive out all of those negative narratives, to switch them into the positive, to even see themselves, you know, as a success story. So you see that a promo comes up, like Long Reach just came up with a promo. Some people are, in fact, as soon as they see the promo, they're like, oh,
it's for them. Oh.
It's for them.
Them, not them.
So you can imagine the last promo that ended, the Dubai promo that ended, there was so much surprises. You know why? People that, you know, they never thought they could get close to qualifying. But you know how the compensation plan for us in Nigeria, there are a lot of inner promos that come up, so that at the end of the day, if you try qualifying for those promos in between, you know, the main promo, you will at the end of the day qualify. So, but when you give up on yourself before time, what happens? You lose out. So this particular, for the Dubai promo, there were a lot of double PV, this promo came up, and so it was pushing people gradually towards qualifying for the trip. You know, but because they never looked at it, they never believed that it was going to happen. Imagine the promo was going to end on a Sunday. Somebody's calling me on Saturday to tell me, ST, I need just 2,500 PVs on one leg. I've qualified on the other legs. What do I do? I said, see you. Where were you? It just shows that you were not. And why did it? How did the person even get there? The person got there because I had to, pushing the person to check, because most of them will not even check because they feel that he's not working for me. So they don't even check the point that is coming in every week to keep track, you know? So it's ending tomorrow and you're having 2,500. What do you want me to do for you? How can I help you? But if you follow through the beginning and you have it in the back, in your mind, in your subconscious that I want to get this done, and you're going all out to get it, trust me, it will actually happen. You will not be wondering about, towards the end of the promo. You even qualify before time. So one thing people need to understand is the fact that this promotion, this success is not for a particular set of people. See the number of new people who are coming up. Thank God Joyce is here. Thank God Flo is here. See them bringing in the result. These are people that I'm not sure they're even up to 1 year. Are you up to 1 year in the business, Joyce?
Yes, I'm 1 year plus, going on my second year now. Flo is just about a year. She kicked it up 1st of April. So Flo is 1 year. I'm a year plus.
So it's not about when you signed up. This is another notion I need to break. People feel that it's about when you sign up. If you signed up with them earlier, you would have gotten. It's not. There are people who signed up even before me, but they are still where they are. Some of them are still diamond 2, some of them are still diamond 3. So you need to understand that you're in this business for yourself, you know. And this is another thing a lot of people tend to believe. Yeah, they believe that they are working for their uplines, and I laugh so hard every time I hear that. I laugh so I tell them, you don't know what you're doing to yourself. I wish you knew what you're doing to yourself, because imagine right now, my upline just bought the latest what's that car?
Range Rover Vela.
Vela, okay. So you can imagine if I wasn't getting my own pay or I wasn't getting my results, how would I feel? If I felt like I was working for her, you know, how would I be feeling now? Maybe I'll be having some running stomach because she bought herself a car, or I'll just be feeling bad. But if you're going about building your business, the truth is, it's your business. And so if you build it, you're going to get the result. It's not going to, your upline will get her own if she does what she's supposed to do. And you're going to get your own if you do what you're supposed to do. So you're in the business for yourself. You're not working for anybody. Can I get everybody to understand this fact?
Yes.
Please, I want you to emphasize, I want you to clarify that, because I was going to ask you about that later, but I'm glad you're talking about it now. This perception that, you know, because somebody introduced you and whatever you're doing is going to filter, or people have the perception that they're working for somebody. You know, just break that down, because our compensation plan, the way it's structured, you can never work for anybody. So
you're not working for anybody. You need your 3 legs, right? You earn when it's, if you're the sponsor of one leg, God bless you, you have one leg that is active. The good thing about it is you're going to be earning from that leg till infinity. If you're the sponsor of that person, you're going to be earning from that person till infinity, but you need your 3 legs to work. So if your upline is balancing her legs, she's growing her team, she's doing her training, she's building her team, she's not, you're the least, I mean, if you're working, you get it, but if you're not working, she has other people. Do you understand? I have close to 200,000 people right now on the high flyers team. So if somebody is saying, I'm not working because I'll be working for a Zenifon, if you know the number of people on that leg that are also, I mean, there's this rule that says the 80-20 rule.
Yeah,
you don't need everybody. You don't need everybody, right? You don't need everybody, but the 20%. You can imagine how if 50% of the 200,000 people we have on the high flyers were doing this, I don't know how much I would have been earning. I mean,
exactly.
But the 20% that are working, are making this amount, and you're not working for me. And when we say you're not working for me, is the fact that whatever you do counts for you. If you balance your leg, there's something about the way the system is structured. When you balance your legs, you know, you need your 2 legs, at least 1 leg, you know, to earn, if you're the sponsor, to start earning. But by the time you build your 2nd, 3rd leg, your earnings becomes even more. So it's for you at the end of the day. And the more people you help, the more people, you know, that you're working together with to grow the team, the more you're going to earn. So you're working for yourself at the end of the day. You're not working for anybody. We need to understand this.
And again,
absolutely, ma'am.
I have this particular way that I look for the next person to replace that person in case that person doesn't work anymore. So on every person that comes on board through me, I will tell you, I'm going to give you a team member to work with. Let me just expose myself here, because that person I'm telling you, I'm giving you somebody to work with is your replacement in case you decide not to work again.
Yeah.
So I add somebody to your team to replace you. And the same way I work with you, that is the way I work with that person. Mm-hmm. So depending on who gets the fire, to stay with the fire. If all of you stay with the fire, I work with you with the fire. If you decide to fall, and I try all my best to make you stay in the fire, and you decide to go, some other person is still in the fire to continue burning. Mm-hmm. So that is what I do. So whether you are in my team for yourself, or you think you are working for me, everything works for me. And I have to tell you, it works for me because I came to work for myself. So you coming there, I'm not even looking. Funny enough, my upline is my wife. The money is that we are making is coming to me. You understand? It's coming. I don't care who other uplines are. I don't know them. What I mean by I don't know them is I don't care if whatever I do, they are earning from it or not. I am not interested in whatever they earn. I am interested in what I earn. And I am interested in what I am going to earn in the next 5 years. So I start building now for the next 5 years. So when you are telling us somebody that, oh, it's those people that came early, they are people that we came to see on this platform. They can't be close to our earnings because we tried as much as possible to put our earnings up there so that we will earn for ourselves, not for the people that are up there. We don't care what they earn. And the Long Reach platform, the compensation plan makes it so good that whatever you make, you earn from it. It is not your upline's money. It is your money, it's not your upline's money.
When you qualify for the car, it comes to you, gets the car, right?
Okay, for example, the Long Reach opportunity, you know, when you are a Diamond 5 and above member, you need to work more than somebody that is just coming to the, to the system to qualify for something. So somebody that is up there works more than you that is coming to get the stuff.
Yes.
So you are not working for anybody, you are working for yourself.
Absolutely.
Well said. Well said. I love that. Everybody, the money I make today, it's not going to my upline's bank account in Nigeria. I earn in pounds. She even earns in naira. My pounds go straight into my account, and it's my money. Flo is earning in dollars. It's not coming to me. So the platform is there for anybody who wishes to work it. Have a plan. Have a long-term view. 5 year. You've heard it. I say that all the time. Have a 3 to 5 year view. Then work it, get to work, have a plan, implement it. In terms of the challenges, I was chuckling because yes, I can recognize and resonate with the people challenges, and it's a people business and we have to build a relationship, but it can be very challenging and we recognize that. So thank you for sharing, Flo.
Absolutely, I can recognize too with the people. If Joyce knows me, I really just prefer to be on my quiet side, do my quiet thing. But with Long Reach, I'm out there and I'm having to meet diverse people. So I can definitely relate. It has tried my patience, but it's building me up to be a better person. So thank you for sharing.
That's right.
Yeah. Can I just add that I'm usually very impatient, and I am still impatient, but this business, like you say, if you can succeed with Long Reach, you are in heaven, because God used this business to teach me that patience. Every time I'll be praying, oh God, I want to be more patient. I want to be more patient. Well, Long Reach is here and is an answer to that prayer, because if I'm not patient, guess what? I won't even be here today. So I've had to learn how to be more patient, not to talk about the leadership skills. Let's not even go there, but patience definitely is getting to be my middle name gradually. I'm a work in progress.
Congratulations.
Okay. So there are many people who have joined, and those who are even listening that haven't joined. So like there are many women, ladies, singles or whatever, they've joined this business, but their spouse do not support them because they don't believe in the business. There are also other men that are listening that they think, this is a woman's thing, and they don't believe in network marketing being gender agnostic. So what would you say to men especially who believe that this platform is predominantly women? So yes, I'll have to ask Colonel to help us answer that.
Okay, I will start like, is 5 million naira a week a woman's money? Let me start from there.
It's not actually.
It's not, okay. I don't know if in the United States, I think people will get to earn 15,000 USD in a week. Is that a woman's money? I don't think so. But there is something about men. You know, I saw it recently that there is a spirit in man That same spirit that made Adam tell Eve, go and take the fruit first. That spirit is what is holding men, that men will prefer their wives. Men will prefer their wives to start the business. They feel it's a woman's, you know. Remember, in the Bible, when Eve took that fruit to eat, she ate it and it was good to her. It was nice before she now gave it to the man. Don't mind the way I analyze these things, because I look at it from that angle. I think a man gives the best to the wife. A good man gives the best to the wife, you know, sometimes not knowing what he is doing. So, another thing is the men are not risk takers. They are not, the women are better risk takers. And a lot of women have been involved in network marketing, and because they are mostly at home, and network marketing is like a home-based business. So they get to do this. Over time, more women are doing this business, and the husbands go out to hustle and come back, not knowing that the money the women are making actually at home is more than the money they make out there, hot, you know, struggling and trying to get salary.
You just leaked out our secret for the women.
Yes, I have to, because I am involved. And you know, and this kind of thing, I'm so passionate about men seeing it, it's supposed to be the other way around. But men don't seem to understand that it's not a woman's business. It's not a woman's business at all. You know, let me just say, because I need to clarify this. This business, we have generations. Please take note of this. Without the man, the woman cannot give birth to any offspring. There will be no generations without the man. So the woman takes the seed from the man and gives birth to the generation. Anyway, that one is a major revelation. So men are just, number one, ignorant of what is happening in network marketing. That is why they prefer their wives. They feel is business that requires less energy, that the women they should be more comfortable doing, while the men should go and do the hard work that requires much thinking. They don't really know how much is involved in network marketing. If the men knew how much is involved in network marketing, they will not just say to the wife, because they think, based on how network marketing was before, you know, 6 networks, you know, that she got, you know, I was the one that is coming, nothing, what is coming? So the next one, you know, remember I said I didn't want it at all, because it was with time wasting real estate developer. You know, that was my dream for her, you know. But when this business came, and I was like, oh, she was there. Oh, it's not supposed to be her business. It's supposed to be our business. So I told her, I'm not just going to, you know, be a party to that company. I'm going to be your partner. So let's try to be on the same level, so that we could be reasoning together on a business platform. So men that think that this business is for women is a massive error, because of wake up and see that there is much in network marketing. Network marketing is much brain tasking than what we think. You know, when you get involved, you'll be tasking your brain. I mean, why should a man be on a Saturday that you are supposed to do presentations to people, be watching football? How much is football bringing to your house?
Zero.
How much? I mean, a lot of men love so much comfort on weekends. Meanwhile, these women are making a lot of money on weekends and nights. And you know, in this business, most men, 90% of the men are downlines like me.
Yes.
You know, because the women are the first to see it and they take the risk. But thank God that when the men come up, they come up to support the women. They come with like fire and they get it done. We have few men on board that have come to realize that the women should actually run with them, and they are doing it. They are doing it. We are changing the narratives right now. And I'm one of the people that I'm preaching to the men, or have some of our partners that are men that are taking it out there, so that the men should see that it's not a woman's thing. It is not supposed to be a woman at all.
Absolutely. Wow, thank you. Men, I mean, I'm seeing responses here. Mr. Akinwale, Mr. Gabriel, Mr. Okpabere, they are all relating exactly what you are saying. Money, Pastor Sydney, they're saying that money doesn't have just the face of a woman on it. You know, so money can be for both men and for women. It's gender agnostic. So thank you so much for sharing that. Time is quickly spent when we're having so much fun. It seems time just goes so quickly.
I know.
Maybe we can just a couple of questions. Hang in there with us, those that are
there. Yes.
So much fun.
We're having so much fun.
But quickly, I don't want to miss this before we end. If you would please, just for about a minute or so, just let's pivot to the company's profile, Longreach. Who, you know, there are many people who may not be familiar with Longreach. If it's possible for you to say or help them understand who Longreach is, why they should partner with Longreach, and even maybe your top favorite products that they manufacture and that you use and why. That would be just one quick question, if you can answer.
Okay, like we have said that Longreach is a manufacturing company.
Conglomerate.
My wife calls it conglomerate. That means that there are other subsidiaries, you know, involved in Longreach. They have an arm that is involved in the manufacturing, construction, like the factory that they construct, the construction in going on right now in Nigeria. The factory is being constructed by Longreach itself. They didn't have to bring a construction company is an arm of the company that is doing the construction right now.
They all came in from China, yes.
They just brought everything from Longreach to do it. So Longreach is into a lot of investment, like the banking, there are investment in schools. So agriculture, security, yeah. They have research and development centers. 9, you know, they have 8 established around the world, in the US, in Japan, in China, in France, in Malaysia, and the 9th one is right now, you know, being constructed in Nigeria. Yes, it's completed. It's just waiting for it to be, you know, to be launched. So Longreach is into manufacturing for people, what we call the original equipment manufacturing, you know, model. So Longreach has a lot of things. Their products are top notch. No, these products, they don't just, a lot of the products that we have in Longreach don't just solve one problem. For example, the toothpaste is a multi-effect substance that has ability not just to whiten your teeth, not just to keep your breath fresh. It can solve problems of dental decay. If you have problems with your gums, the bleeding gums, they take care of it. This same toothpaste can be used on, you know, for dermal activities on your skin. If you have rashes, if you have what they call this stuff, ringworm.
Wow.
So the toothpaste, yeah, the toothpaste takes care of that. I know a lady in the eastern part of Nigeria that attended by one of my trainings, and I talked about the Longreach toothpaste, and she went from there to start her own company using the Longreach toothpaste as a major, you know, ingredients, a major substance.
Wow.
She used it for people that have skin diseases, and she's doing a lot of things, you know, with that, you know. So with other products like the supplements that we have very few supplements. The company has a lot of daily consumables, from, you know, skincare to baby care products to healthcare products, like this cup we have. And this is my pharmacy. And if you take water from this cup regularly, your body will be so good, and the cup turns your water in there to alkaline, and diseases and sickness cannot survive in an alkaline environment. You know, you have yourself immune when you have alkalinity much in your system. So sickness will not just be one thing that is coming around you. You'll be so energized. Like the sanitary napkins, the product that my wife talked about that actually attracted her to the business when she started using the product. The sanitary napkin is so good that I, as a man, you know, I've used the sanitary napkin once. You know, I just wanted to. You should not laugh now. Okay, you know, I'm a user of the product, so I will use the product. So in one particular day, I decided to use the sanitary napkin, the pad, to see if it works. So I wore it, and I decided to piece, you know. And anyway, it held the liquid for until I removed it, just to prove that it was working. That so
you kidding me? Testing. That's testing.
The only product that I have decided not to use is the female fertility product, because I don't want to start developing breast. I don't want to start developing things on my system, and I will start working like this, you know. You know, there are things I don't want to do. But I use the panty liner. The panty liner is good for prostate. I am over 40, getting close to 50 now. So I use the panty liner to check my prostate. And the last time I went for a test, the way I went for test, they looked at me, I told them, check the prostate stuff. They told me you are good size. Like your system is like a 20-year-old. The products that I use that have made me to look far younger than my age, and long-range products are good. Then the compensation plan is so sweet. You heard what we have achieved. Most of the things that are on the compensation plan of long-range, we as a couple, we have achieved them. As a family, we are testimonies. So if you've not yet come on board, you are just wasting time. I think it's time for you to just close your eyes and believe. If you can't open your eye to believe, close your eye and believe. Stop keeping money in the bank. The money in the bank won't put more money in that bank. But when you sacrifice that money in your bank to build, you keep having more and more. From 68,000, we have over 68 million. Within a few, you know, I don't think there is I mean, 68 million is in a month. I mean, so when you have that monthly, I mean, I don't know, I don't like talking about my money. I know my wife knows that about me. I don't like talking about money because I like you just see what the money does. You know, we don't want to tell you how much we have, but it's a big stuff. Then we already have a good team. You already have a good team to partner with. The High Flyers is the team to beat.
Somebody saying, please tell us about the money. We earn well with 7 to 8 figures weekly.
Yes.
Wow.
We earn, the children earn.
Yeah, 7 to 8 figures.
And remember, I said the company gives you opportunity to register corporate entities. We have 3 NGOs, you know, and the 3 NGOs are registered in Long Beach, and they are earning money weekly in Long Beach. That's where we use the money to take care of things that we have to give back to the society.
Amazing. Really, really amazing. I love that strategy as well. Wow, amazing. This is truly transformational, Long Beach.
Yes, yes.
Anybody, okay, so let me just quickly add this to what he has said. You know, why should anybody be a part of this? If you're hungry and there are certain things you want to add, I know some people may say, oh, I'm okay with what I have. But you see, I want you to look at the part where there are many people out there who need to hear about this opportunity. Okay, look beyond yourself, okay? Look at the people who you have been, maybe, especially in the US, a lot of people back home look up to you.
You're dependent.
You're dependent. So rather than keep sending them money, why don't you get them on board? Everyone, I know that every one of them may not, you know, be active or be ready to build because most of them have been spoiled. You know, they're always expecting, they're always, you know, this, what's it called again? This mentality, entitlement mentality. They feel, oh, I mean, you know, you should send money to me. So rather than you know, be sending money to people, I would rather advise you to do what?
Get them on board.
Get them on board this business. Show them what needs to be done. Trust me, the few who will be ready, you might sign up 10 people and only one person is active. That person will give you so much joy. So look beyond yourself. Sign up not because of yourself. Sign up because of the people who through you, their lives will be transformed. And then look at your children as well. You know, when I hear parents say, oh, I don't need it, I'm okay. I laugh because the truth is, no matter how your employer loves you, your employer will not pay you and pay your children.
Yes.
Never.
Never.
But this is one platform that your children get to earn. Your children get to earn. I mean, you can imagine one work I am doing, my children are earning for me every week. Why would I be committed to it? I mean, who pays a parent and pays the children? Who does that? Longbridge, you know, it's Longbridge.
Longbridge for life.
Get on board. Stop analyzing and get on board. You don't need to know everything in one day. I see some people come on board and they're asking, so, you know, they don't even come on board. You know, as prospect, they're asking so many questions. I know it's good to ask questions, but trust me, just sign up. There are people who have tested and proven that this thing works. So you sign up and follow whatever they are doing, and trust me, you'll also get the same results. If you're serious about it, if you're willing, you're hungry, and you're coachable,
you can even get more results.
Yeah. These days, I mean, we've had people come in and they are overtaking.
Yeah.
You know, people
they are beating our records.
Beating records. And
like, you know, Joy is beating our record.
Even Flo too.
The two of them are beating our record.
Oh, we are too kind. Thank you, Sarah.
Yeah, good.
So, you know, because the glory of the latter house will always be greater.
Yes, that's what I say.
I'm looking forward to people that will beat Joy's records.
Absolutely. That's what I tell them. Overtaking is allowed. And I told them at the last training, I said, overtaking is allowed. You just spoke exactly my words. Come on, guys, you can do it.
Yeah.
Flo actually smashed my record because she was like D5 in like 3.5 months. I was like, whoops, what's happening here? It took me, I think, 10 months to D5. So she's broken my record. I want more record breakers. Then Kemi came along and was, you know, trying to smash all the records too. Yeah, absolutely. We want record breakers.
Fantastic. Thank you for sharing. I mean, this has been a great time. We really got great nuggets. I think we have a couple of questions. If you have questions, go ahead and post them in the chat. We are going to take 3 audience questions, so feel free to post your questions in the chat.
Yes, absolutely. I had a couple of questions, but I said no, we're going to go to audience questions instead because I know a lot of people have been itching to ask questions. So we want to wrap up with your questions. So let me see. Let's scroll up. Akinwale was asking a question. Akinwale, I think Flo answered that question. You have 3 accounts. You have your main account and 2 downlines, and you're wondering which one to concentrate on. I would suggest your main account, but I would like, I think you want the SDs to also add their voice to that. So Akinwale is asking, he has 3 accounts, his main account and 2 other accounts. Which one should he concentrate on? Should he upgrade? Which one should I upgrade? Yeah.
Upgrade all of them.
Upgrade all of them gradually.
Yes.
Gradually. As money comes.
Upgrade all of them.
You know, so
which
you can
one
start
first?
with the main
Which
account,
one should he prioritize? Which one? I think he wants to know which one to prioritize.
Now, the one because this is a compensation plan thing, you know, this is about earning. So the one, if you register yourself up there and you have 2 accounts lower, you know, that means you must come with 6 people to feed those 3 accounts, you know. So you concentrate with every account down there. What you do down there determines what you get up there.
Yeah.
So you know, so upgrading the one up there to VIP, you stable, then you are stable, then come down, upgrade the ones down to VIP, then you work with the people you bring on board. That maybe the 6 people you bring on board to feed the 2 accounts down there. Everything you get from these 2.
So what's happening on your third leg? Adewale, what's happening on your third leg? Your third leg, you need to fill that up as well. If you're not married yet, please fix yourself there. All right.
And if you have fixed somebody there, don't abandon the person.
Yeah, because you need your 3 legs. So you can sponsor one person if there's somebody else there that is, maybe it's not your family or it's not you. Yeah. You can just place one person on sponsor and place one person on that there and then continue building from there.
So we still have a couple of more just questions to take. So you can repost your questions if you posted earlier, and we'll scroll past it because a lot of value was being given. So people were commenting a lot of things. So Tony is asking, sir, please, for prevention. Go on, Ezzy, go on, ask yours first.
No, that's the question I saw. I was going to call your attention to it.
All right, yeah. For prevention of male posturing, how often do you advise to wear the panty liner?
You can wear it every day. Personally, I wear it twice in a week because I don't have any problem. I just enjoy wearing it. You know, I just enjoy wearing it. I don't want to have issues. At my age, I see my wife is. You can see she's young. I still need to be there, you know.
Prevention, they say, is better than cure. So you are using it preventatively. Amazing. Yes, not prevention is definitely better.
Not just better, it's cheaper than cure.
Absolutely true.
I saw a question from somebody. She said, I had mentioned that I had a lot of rejection when I started. How was I able to overcome the rejection? First of all, I had to work on my mindset. My mindset to understand the fact that rejection is not personal. I shouldn't take it personal, right? That when people reject my opportunity, you know, they are not rejecting me, they are rejecting the opportunity, and they are the ones missing out. Okay, so I don't take it personal. I don't get to quarrel with them. I see a lot of people, oh my goodness. The other day, somebody, you know, was rejected and she got really angry and was busted out. All of that is not necessary, you know. So what you do is, as the rejection comes, I mean, you need to expand your prospect list so that you don't end up limiting yourself to a few group of people, you know, who you keep bothering every time, and then after a while they block you. So that's why one of the things we do is we advise people to keep adding to your list of prospects every single day. That's another thing I was doing, you know. So when I talk to you, and in fact, for people, I also found out that, you know, when people tell me no, it doesn't mean that they are not interested in the opportunity. I had to start looking at it that they are not just ready at that point. So what I do is I get to follow them up. I ask for a referral, and then I write them up as my follow-up on my follow-up list. Because sometimes people are not just in the mood. A lot of people are going through stuff. You never can, maybe at that time you spoke to that person is in a very terrible mood, you know, so you can always find another way. The fact that you've spoken to somebody once doesn't mean that you have done the job. You need to, and you know, one person needs to hear the opportunity at least 5 times before they finally make a decision. So you keep exposing. So in rejection, what you do, you keep exposing. You don't give up on anybody, please. Very important. You don't give up on anyone until the person dies. Let me say that. Until the person dies before you forget about the person. If the person is on this earth, don't ever give up on that person, because that person can wake up and surprise you, okay? So rather than give up, what you do is you keep exposing them. Some people, I mean, it took one of my friends 6 years before she finally said yes to this opportunity, you know, but I was there and I kept her around, you know, to see what was going on. So rejection is not final. The fact that somebody has rejected you doesn't mean that the person is not interested in the business. Just keep the person somewhere and keep following up over time. Everybody will not say yes to you in one day, okay? Some people will say today, some next tomorrow, so, but you expand your list so that you don't take it personal, and then understand that some will, some won't. So what do you do next?
Yes, absolutely.
Also look at rejection as a position of re-strategizing.
Okay, yeah.
You know, if you look at it from that position as well, probably there is something you needed to say that you did not say.
Oh, yeah,
so you go and re-strategize and come back.
Yeah.
You sometimes you hear prospects say, "Oh, this is not how you said it now. If you had said it like this, I mean, I would have signed up. I didn't hear this."
Yeah.
You know, so you just know that many times people are listening, you're talking to somebody, but they're not listening to you, like their mind is off or something. So you go back, don't give up on anyone.
Until you see the person's obituary.
You know, it's funny you say that. When I first joined, there was this lady in another company in the UK, and she's $1 million, £1 million earner a year. And she said, yeah, I listened to a shop clip that she did. She said she keeps following up, and exactly what you said, until she dies or the person dies. But as long as both of them are alive, she's going to keep following up. Not every week, not every day, but they give it a period of like every 6 months, she'll come back again. An Igbo woman, a white woman saying that. So it's like, I was thinking, oh my God. Every 6 months, she will check in on them. By the way, are you still interested? And she said she's £1 million earner from this industry, and she follows up. Follow up is everything. Flo here did not join the first month I told her about it, but yes, she's today presenting with me. Most of my leaders, my friends, I told it, some took 8 months, up to 6 months, some to 3 months, some even a year before they said yes. So saying no is expected. People will tell you no. You have to upskill and learn how to communicate this business to them. Rejection is redirection. They're telling you, go learn more and come back and share with me when you know better how to share this opportunity with them. So thank you so much. Absolutely. I think there are more questions. I've seen a few more questions. Flo, did you want to add something?
Yeah, how do you handle a case whereby your downline backs out of the business?
I was about to ask you that. Yes, yeah, I know that question. Very good one.
You like I mentioned it when I was speaking, that some people will actually leave your business. That's why you have to remain active. You don't sponsor one person and go to sleep that you have arrived. You've not even started, you know. So you keep recruiting until you find the right, people that can flow with you, and understand that people can wake up and surprise you. Somebody you thought would be active can wake up one day and say, I'm not doing again. But you know where you're going to. You have the vision. You know it's your business. So just because that person has given up doesn't mean you should give up as well. What do? You look for other people, and you'll be shocked that the people you now bring in come in and take over from that place. And funny enough, that person will now wake up and say, oh, because they will see that you're still growing. You know, you're still getting you're growing in the business, you're still getting your results. So you see them humbling themselves and coming back to continue from where they started.
Yes, like I said, for everybody I recruit, I have a replacement.
Yeah.
You know, so everybody I recruit, I have a replacement. So if you come to work, you eat the money. If you don't come to work, some other person is coming. That is just my own.
Yeah, so.
Fantastic.
I was just typing. Thank you so much. Really, really amazing value. Because of time, we have more questions, but it's almost up of the half hour. And we know that we have to release you. You guys are busy. You're the CEO of iFlyers, a team of nearly 200,000 people. So for you to take out this time to spend with us on a Saturday with all the teams that you have all over the world, we don't take it for granted at all. And I just want to say a big thank you from the bottom of my heart. I value you guys. You're amazing. And I look forward to, that's why I love this industry as well. Strangers become friends and family. We've gotten to meet. I know you guys, and I haven't been to Nigeria since I joined this business. So I'm looking forward to meeting. Either you come over or I go over to Nigeria, but somehow hopefully we get to meet at some point in 2021. It's been an amazing session so far. Thank you all so much for staying with us to the end. We still have 223 people who don't want to leave. So Flo, I know that you want to say the final word. So thank you both for spending your evening with us. We appreciate you. And more people will come. SD4 in a bit, and SD1s are in a minute.
I cannot thank you enough. Thank you so much for spending your evening with us. And thank you for the audience, for those who are listening, who listen, or who will be listening to the replay later on. I'm just really hopeful that you have gained something out of that. If you're already a member, I hope you are energized and you are ready to go and focus on building your business. You can see that they started out with 68,000 Naira. If you convert that, that's like $100 less than a 100 pounds. How many businesses can you start up with that? I have been involved in businesses myself before joining this. You have to think about the rent or the property, paying people's products and all. With this, you don't even have to think about that. And with that 68,000 Naira, you can see the impact that has done for so many other people. Many lives have been changed. So wherever you are, whatever status you are in, it doesn't matter whether you're educated, not so much educated, already doing well in your profession. I mean, Joyce here is a qualified lawyer. You know, she is a microbiologist and electronic specialist, technician, electrical engineer. You can be anything and you can succeed in this because it helps you to achieve your dreams. You just have to focus, build your business, and keep going. They shared great nuggets. I can't summarize it all. There are just too many. Go back and review or replay this and know that if they can do it, you yourself can do it too. So those who were on the fence before, I want to see you get back to the person who invited you here today. Go ahead and get yourself plugged in. Register right away and let's get to working. So thank you so much. And if you guys have any last feedback, you are free to share. So thank you also very much.
Well, my last word is actually going to the man. The man is you are still watching. You are not close to heaven at all. and because you know when you are wealthy, you are a better Christian. When you have money, you are a better Christian. You won't be struggling to help people. And long reach gives you opportunity to be wealthy. You know, so long reach gives you opportunity to be a better Christian. That is the only thing I can say. Get wealthy, get on board, be a better Christian. Even if you are a Muslim, you will be clean because you'll be able to help people and those will be helping. Without money, you cannot help people, you cannot be a better person.
Money brings frustration.
Yes, poverty is next to being a devil. Yeah. It's actually more wicked than Satan himself. So when you have money, it solves everything. Money answers it all. When you have money, that is just the summary. Just get wealthy. And this is a wealth route that is tested and proven. You have a team that is going to work with you to make sure that you achieve your goals. Stop analyzing and come on board. Whosoever invited you to this call and you've not come on board, please go back with that person and give that person an offering for bringing you up here. And get on board.
Offering time.
Thank you.
Whoever invited you and get started with whatever you have. Don't wait until I hear a lot of people say, I'm waiting for the.
You know, we did not talk about how you can get started.
Yeah. Oh, that's
true. Yeah.
So you meet the person that brought you. We are in different countries. We have like 4 different categories. The fingers are not equal. So Long Reach knows that the fingers are not equal. So they bring categories. You have the VIP category, you have the platinum category, we have the gold category, you have the silver category, and the Q silver category. 5 categories. That whatever category you decide to come on board with, the company gives you products worth that amount that you invest to qualify you for the particular category that you can afford. So if you cannot afford the VIP, you can afford the platinum. If you cannot afford the platinum, you can go for gold. If you can't afford gold, you can go for silver. If you can't afford silver, you can go for silver. But please do not allow this opportunity to pass you by. The person that invited you can give you the different categories in the local currencies that you are so that you can get on board. Please get on board, no matter what it takes. Sacrifice and get on board and build it to the place of wealth.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And as they speak to those of us that are on board but are not taking it seriously, as they round up with those that are already partners but are not yet building, they're not taking it, or they are challenged, they are facing no's and they are dejected.
Okay, so for you guys, I need you to understand that every challenge is an opportunity for you to discover and develop yourself. So stop giving up on yourself. Go back to the drawing board. I mean, we've shared a lot of things today. Everything we have shared is a whole lot. I noticed that many people, let me say this, I see people attend trainings because we have so many trainings coming up and people actually attend, but the problem is, are you implementing what you are learning? Knowledge, I keep saying it, that knowledge alone is not power. Knowledge is only power when you apply it. So no matter what you know, it's not going to make sense It's not about what you know, it's about what you do with what you know. So whatever you have learned, whatever is being shared on the platform, please don't look at it like, oh, I can't do this thing, it's not my thing. Go back and read those things. Go back and watch the videos again. Go back and enroll yourself in one course or the other. Trust me, in the next 1 year, if you stay committed to building your business, you will be celebrating more than, you'll be testifying more than we are doing that right now. Okay, so you too can do it. The fact that we have done it and many people are doing it, you too can. So stop giving up on yourself. Understand that it's going to take a process. Please, another thing I need us to understand is that this is not a get-rich-quick system, right? So there is a process. Yeah. It's like planting your seed. I had said it before. You're planting your seed. So right now, if it's looking like it's taking too long, keep planting. You're a farmer. You're not a hunter. You're a farmer. So keep planting your seeds. Over time, those seeds, by the time the harvest will come, as you water them, as you plant them, water them, understand that some of the seeds will fall on good grounds, some will fall on rocky soil, some will fall on the wayside, the birds will come for them and all of that. But the few that fall on the good ground, they will germinate and they'll bring forth much fruits that you enjoy. But don't give up on yourself, okay? Stay on and we're ready. Together we sought to greatness. We're ready to work with you guys.
We're ready.
So much. Still you at the top. If you become a partner, apply to join the High Flyers Hub. You can have access to our lovely SD, our amazing Mr. Alban Connell. You can connect with them through Facebook. Just join the platform. You have to be a member of Long Beach to be able to apply to join the High Flyers Hub. But as long as you're part of our team, part of the High Flyers, you can connect with them directly, ask them questions and all of that. They're amazing. I promise you they will answer your questions and we're here to support you and work with you. Reach out and let's get together to the top. Thank you all so much. So much value.
Thank you so much value.
All right, people. Good night, everybody. Thank you, SD, again. Bye-bye, all.
Bye-bye. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Let me unmute everyone, actually. Apologies. I will mute everyone to take their goodbyes.
Thank you, SD.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you, SD. Thank you so much.
Thank you, SD.
Thank you, 3SD.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Flo.